Everyone, welcome to the new episode of Critical Role. This evening, we luckily have Ashley Johnson back in as her character Pike. Unfortunately, Laura Bailey will be gone for most of the game, possibly. She might come in because she's busy recording a show with Will Wheaton, which is going to be a great show, but we miss her until she shows up. However, we shall see what the next chapter has in store in just a moment. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get you situated with the character backgrounds.
Right, listen up. If you have ale, then you have a friend in Grog Strongjaw, a Goliath of towering height and size. This barbarian has an appetite for the two great loves in his life: combat, women, and ale. Wait. Easily the brains of the group, Grog is often consulted for his vast knowledge of shapes, colors, and shiny things. Also ale. In his early years, armed with his two-handed great axe, Grog oft enjoyed proving his might amongst the ranks of his family's wandering herd. But after coming upon an unsuspecting elderly gnome in the woods, he objected to the killing of such an innocent life. A creature of impulse, Grog felt only pity for this terrified little thing. His disobedience cost him dearly. Beaten bloody and banished by the herd leader, his Uncle Kevdak, Grog was abandoned and left to die. Exiled from his herd, it was then that the relative of the very gnome he fought to save saved him. It was the kindness of a gnome cleric named Pike that healed Grog, bringing him back from death's edge. And they have remained close friends ever since. Most nights, Grog can be found challenging entire taverns to wrestling matches, or accompanying Scadlin to the nearest house where you pay for lady favors. Also ale.
A first impression of Keyleth would leave you with little information on the half-elven druid. You might even think that her social awkwardness due to her sheltered upbringing is kind of sweet. Of course, it would be unwise to underestimate her based on first impressions. Under that unintimidating petite frame is a vicious beast waiting to be unleashed, whose natural powers have made even the fiercest of champions pee their pants. Literally. Born to the air tribe of the Ashari people, Keyleth was raised with a deep love of nature and the elemental magics. It is her people's inherent duty to protect the delicate areas in Taldore, where the four elemental planes begin to bleed with this realm. Since she was a little girl, she had quite a knack for air manipulation and beast-shaping abilities. Well, if you consider kittens and flying squirrels to be little beasts, which I do. Anyways, it wasn't long before the headmaster of the tribe, her father, Corin, realized her true prodigious abilities, and she was inveterated to succeed him as the next headmaster. Just like that, her jovial childhood was stripped and replaced with endless spell memorization, teachings from ancient traditions, and exceedingly high expectations. Every druid leader-to-be must embark on a journey to seek out the sister tribes in order to introduce and establish respect amongst the fellow headmasters. They call this the Aramente, or Noble Odyssey. When her father felt she was ready, he set her on the path to truly discovering herself, not knowing when or if she will ever return. As she hiked down the mountain towards Stilben, she meditated on the task ahead. Part of the Aramente is proving yourself a strong warrior, a valiant protector, and a wise and compassionate leader. With this knowledge, one thought plays in repeat in her mind. Is she even worthy?
Percy was the third of 7 children, born to a noble family who lived far to the north, in the ancient castle of Whitestone. With so many siblings to share the burdens of lordship, Percy turned his attentions to the sciences, engineering, and naturalism. One day, a mysterious couple named Lord and Lady Briarwood came to court. During a feast held in their honor, the Briarwoods violently took control of the castle, killing or imprisoning everyone who would stand in their way. Percy awoke chained in the dungeon, only to be freed by his younger sister. Together they fled, chased by the Briarwoods' men. As they ran, Percy's sister took several arrows to the chest and fell. Percy kept running, eventually jumping into a freezing river and floating unconscious to freedom. He did not remember waking up on a fishing boat. He barely remembered the next 2 years as he slowly made his way as far south as possible. Then one night, Percy had a dream. A roaring cloud of smoke offered him vengeance against those who destroyed his family. When he awoke, Percy began to design his first gun.
Pike grew up in the outskirts of town, near the Bramblewood. Her ancestors were a family of deep gnomes with quite an unfavorable reputation. Thievery, destruction, and trickery left them with the curse of the last name Trickfoot. Sarenrae, the goddess of healing and redemption, had other plans for Pike's great-great-grandfather Wilhand, who left his family at a young age after a dream that changed the course of the Trickfoot family. Wilhand devoted his life to Sarenrae and pledged from then on that him and his family would live a life of service and devotion. As a child, Pike seemed to have an affinity to heal. Whether it was animals, people, or even flowers, she felt she had a purpose in making things whole that had once been broken. She studied and learned the ways to heal through divine magic. She lived a peaceful life, quiet and simple, until one day, Wilhand was captured and almost killed by a group of Goliath barbarians. One of the Goliaths took a stand against the murder of the innocent gnome, and he himself was beaten, bloodied, and left for dead, abandoned by his herd. Wilhand went to Pike for help. She prayed and healed this barbarian as best she could, bringing him back to life. When he awoke, she discovered his name was Grog Stonejaw. After that, they were the best of friends, a rather unlikely pair. Little did she know that in a few years' time, Grog would soon return the favor and bring her back from the clutches of death. After being killed in battle, Pike felt angry. She wanted to be stronger so that it would never happen again. She spent 4 months at sea, training with the men and women aboard a ship called the Broken Howl. Gripping her holy symbol in one hand and her morning star in the other, this time, Pike is ready.
Oh, you haven't heard of Scanlan Shorthalt? Well, gird your loins, ladies, because he has his eye on you. A talented musician, master of disguise, and dashingly handsome in his own mind, Scanlan sings songs almost as much as he sings his own praises. Born a poor gnome, Scanlan used his endless charm and soaring tenor voice to croon for coin and support his single mother. One day he was discovered by a half-orc promoter and joined Dr. Dranzel's spectacular traveling troupe, where he learned the ways of the world and honed his skills as a bard extraordinaire. A loner much of his life, Scanlan has never quite come to terms with the violent death of his mother at the hands of a goblin invasion. While his years on the road provided many, shall we say, educational experiences with the opposite sex, deep down Scanlan yearns for the one thing he's never known, the true love of a fellow gnome. Still, Scanlan considers himself a lover first, performer second, and fighter distant third. On the battlefield, he'll support his allies, but rarely draws blood, unless it's to protect fellow gnome Pike. Count on Scanlan for a hearty laugh, a rollicking song, and a twinkle in his eye that melts hearts and makes the female swoon.
Greetings and salutations. I am Tiberius Stormwind. I hail from a town called Tyrix, located in the heart of Draconia, born from a politically respected family. At the age of 15, I succeeded in passing the Sorcerer's Rite, showing prodigy-like control of my magic. The judges and the Draconian High Council were amazed at how powerful my spells were for how long I had been training. At 20 years old, I was the youngest appointed member of the Magic Guild in Draconian history. For the next few years, I almost went mad from the malaise of being a guild member, as it's rather boring. However, one day I happened upon a chamber unused for quite some time. In the room were stacks of books and maps of the surrounding cities and areas around the known world. For months I would frequent the chamber and learned of artifacts from legend. After a long period of research, I made a list of artifacts that caught my eye. I brought these findings to the High Council and was told that all of the information in the chamber I stumbled upon was either believed to be fiction or unsolvable mysteries, and hence were lost forever. I found those answers to be unacceptable. A year later, I devised a ruse and managed to convince the city council to lend support in me leaving Draconia on a mission of peace and diplomacy for the surrounding kingdoms, going from town to town and making friends and allies in and for the name of Draconia. Being a red dragonborn, I had quite the task on my hands in that respect, but it was exactly what I needed so I could explore the world and find these artifacts, as I felt the truth was out there. Some may describe me as buffoonish, but I say poppycock to all that. I am much sharper than most give me credit for. I just don't pay attention to things sometimes. I've also been known to be rather cunning, loyal, happy-go-lucky, and, well, dangerous. I can't help but show my true scales every now and then, but overall, I think I'm quite friendly for a dragonborn.
Never entirely welcome in the company of elves or men, Vax'ildan learned at a young age to skip past formality, preferring instead to invite himself in your door. Along with twin sister Vexalia, Vax was born by a chance encounter between elven royalty and human peasantry. Raised by their mother in their early years, the twins were eventually sent off to their father in the elven capital of Singorn. But their cool reception among the elves there never warmed, and their time in the capital didn't last. The siblings stole away one autumn night and set out on the open road. After a few years of wandering, they eventually decided to return to their mother and journeyed back to the lands of their youth. But instead of finding their childhood home, they returned to a pile of rubble. Their mother was gone, their home burned to ash. Pressing the townspeople for answers, they learned of the day the dragon came. With their ties all severed, Vax'ildan and his sister set out to find their fortune together in Taldore. An outsider since birth, Vax quickly learned to solve life's challenges in his own particular way, often by sidestepping them entirely. And when his knack for circumventing adversity isn't enough, the way of blades the elves schooled him in more than makes up the difference.
Like so many half-elves, Vexalia has spent most of her life suffering the cool reception of a people who don't fully accept her. Born of a human mother and an elven father who only later in life took an interest in their existence, Vexalia and her twin brother Vax'ildan quickly realized the only people they could truly rely on in this world were each other. It was at the age of 10 when the two were taken from their mother and brought to live in Singorn, the isolated elven city for which their father was an ambassador. He quietly took them in, but always kept an icy distance, and after too many years of disdainful looks, the pair decided to leave his indifference behind and set out on their own. Vax took to the cities, stealing small trinkets and learning the ways of the thief, while Vex kept to the woods. She preferred the isolation. Always the keen observer, she learned to hunt and to track, to spy and to shoot, and through a series of fateful events, earned herself a companion in the form of a bear. Her own stolen trinket, to fight alongside her and protect her fiercely. Also, he is adorable and gives expert massages.
Welcome back. Unfortunately, we don't have Pike's video ready yet. I'm working on it this week.
My bad.
This week got away from me and actually got to me a little late, but we'll have it up next week. Don't worry. However, we are happy to have Ashley with us. Yeah, she's come down from her BAFTA cloud, and which was amazing. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
So yeah, as a heads up too, if you want to do any quick announcements real fast, I think you had an announcement you want to make.
It's my mom's birthday today.
Yay! Happy birthday, Ashley's mom! Yay!
Her name's Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nancy.
You're totally watching this right now.
I think so.
Is she watching? She probably is.
Well, hello. Also, for those who are Hearthstone players, the new Blackrock Mountain expansion came out today, in which I voiced Nefarian and Ragnaros. So my vanilla WoW playing self from back in the day is nerding out over that. So enjoy that. Anyone have anything else they want to announce, talk about? Are we good to start?
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
It's good. It's fun.
Oh, right.
Actually, I have something.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Related. I leveled my undead holy priest to 64 last night on Warcraft.
Oh
We're just
boy.
about 1,000 happy birthday names.
Congrats.
So there's that.
There you go, level 64.
Okay.
So you're like just barely into Burning Crusade.
Oh, yeah.
Good man.
Oh, I've got one too.
Oh boy.
Right.
My brother, who also works in video games, gave a talk at GDC this year, and it just went online, and not now, but later. You should watch Alex Jaffe's talk on metagame balancing. It's really, really fun. It's fabulous, and you will learn a lot. It's
There
great.
you go, Alex Jaffe.
Awesome.
Look it up.
Brilliant.
All right, guys. So getting to the game at hand. So, a little overview for the story. The party has been sent to the city of Craghammer through a friend of theirs named Arcanist Alora Vysorin. She's a good friend of hers and a folk hero throughout the land known as Lady Kima of Vord, who's a halfling paladin of Bahamut, has gone missing. She went on a vision quest as part of a pilgrimage she's been on for the past year and sensed a dark evil brewing far beneath the city of Craghammer, disappeared into the city and hasn't been seen for weeks. So Arcanist Alora asked the party, hired them essentially, to go and see her whereabouts. Upon getting to Craghammer, they interacted with some of the local characters, eventually found themselves talking to Lord Nostock Greyspine, who owns the mines and runs the mines at the very bottom of Craghammer proper. After a brief encounter with a mutated abomination of a Naga creature, they were then hired by Lord Nostock to go into the mines, find out whatever is creating these abominations, destroy whatever is the source of them, and he will pay well and also pay for each creature head that is brought to him individually. After getting into the mines, a few battles ensued with some of the local denizens, a couple of Umber Hulks that were turned into snails and other interesting circumstances. The party then found what looked to be an entirely abandoned goblin city and a series of goblinoid corpses, many of which had bored holes in their skull in various states of decay. They found a long bridge across an open chasm. Upon traversing it, Scanlan went invisible and found what looked like a Duragar war camp, which were like ashy-skinned, evil dwarves that live deep underground. Watched a dwarf get executed by what appeared to be some sort of strange alienoid creature that was revealed to be an illithid or a mind flayer, and being that is psychic and consumes brains.
Oh, the mind flayer.
Brains.
Upon returning, the party had a plan to lead them off of an illusionary cliff that went pretty well, ended up taking out a significant portion of the charging army at the time. Vax here, however, got stunned on the way across by the one mind flayer, nearly fell, however, was saved by Tiberius at the last moment. Nearly lost their magic carpet, but was retrieved. They then, after a brief...
Wait, you still have the magic carpet, right?
Yeah, it
We
got
got
recovered.
it.
It got
We got it
recovered.
back. It's okay.
Barely.
Thanks to some.
After a brief discussion, Keyleth and Vex decided they didn't want to listen to anyone's bullshit and hijacked the magic carpet, flew down into the chasm below, and discovered behind one of the underground waterfalls some sort of a mind flayer who was cast out from the society, covered in rags, kind of a twisted physical form, and after a very tense discussion seemed to befriend it under the guise of mutually agreed retribution against those that are oppressive to this whole chasm area.
Clarence.
Clarota. I don't think he'll take kindly to Clarence. However, this is where we left off the previous game. So,
So nervous.
as you guys have gathered up and you finished your luxurious song to try and ease his torn form, he finishes tapping his toe in spite of himself, looks about the rest of the group and says, once again, not vocally, but speaking directly into your mind through a horrifying whispered voice that you cannot even close your ears to get rid of. I think it's best we rest out of sight. And he points across the chasm to the war camp that is looming across the way. And he begins to dart off towards the abandoned goblinoid village.
I guess we should follow then.
Yes.
Yes, that's wise.
I think that's a great idea.
We follow.
No.
Nothing can go.
As you guys make your way in toward the goblinoid village, you can see Clarota, who is genuinely hovering about a foot off the ground and kind of just coasting around in a very creepy way, finds one tent, opens it up and looks inside. Here we can talk. Darts inside.
We follow.
We do follow, yes.
As you're following...
Oh god, we're dead.
Why?
We just
already touched his dice.
We didn't.
We're gonna die.
Yep. As you're following towards the center of this town, you see in the distance a small light moving back from the direction where you first saw that Duragar camp, where Grog was assaulted.
Oh, I don't recall that.
Look, back the way we came, there's some sort of light up ahead.
Oh, that can't be good.
Stay with Clarota. I'm gonna go take a look. Scanlan, come on.
I'm coming with.
Okay. Both of you guys roll stealth?
Stealth?
I'll stay outside the tent if somebody wants to ask him how to get a Magneto helmet like his. I'm gonna need
It's
that.
just a roll. Oh,
I'll talk to him.
Not great. Not great. 9.
29.
All right.
That's a number.
So, as you officially vanish into the ether and surrounding darkness, Scanlan, who still has that song stuck in his head from earlier, his slow jam is just abstractedly humming to himself without realizing it, calling a little bit of attention, at which point you begin to hear some footsteps in the distance that come to an immediate halt.
Grab Scanlan, put my hand over his mouth and say, "Quiet, man, what's wrong with you?" "It's a nervous habit, I'm sorry." "With great power comes great responsibility."
It's a gift I have to share with the world.
Later. Save it for the mind flow.
All right.
All right, so with him tucked under my arm like a football, start to creep further and try to make out. Now, if there's light coming from the lantern, I can see in dim light thanks to Daddy's blood. So I'm going to try to figure out what it is exactly that I'm seeing.
Go make a perception check.
Yes.
I also have low light vision.
You can make a perception check with disadvantage because you're under his arm.
Perception check?
Oh.
Nope.
Do I have any advantage on that?
No.
11.
All right. Actually, directly looking in the direction of that Duragar camp earlier, you can see behind a pillar that's kind of blocking your view, it's obstructing your view of the actual camp proper, you can see some movement in the light. You hear some shuffling, what sounds like plate. And you hear a voice just kind of muttering to itself. A familiar female gnomish voice.
Hi.
Hey guys! It's me, Pike!
Jeez, where have you been?
Oh man, I've had quite a time. I've missed you guys terribly, and a lot has happened, and I'm sure for you guys as well.
Not so much.
No?
I click my thing. Scanlan, what the hell's going on?
Don't worry, it's a friend. We'll bring her back soon.
Okay, well, there's a mind flare here.
Keep him busy. He likes slow jams.
As you guys take a look at Pike, you notice she's fully armored, but dirty. She's got sweat across her face. Looks like she may have had a couple of scuffles on the way through here. And
I did.
there's kind of a wild look to her eyes.
Oh my god.
But genuinely relieved to see you. Pike, you've managed to come down here through the front of the mines, which the path for the most part has been clear. You've followed what details you can after asking around and discovering that the rest of your party had ventured below without you. You've followed the tracks best you can and are glad that you at least chose the right path and ran into them before you ran into something far more dangerous. What you were inspecting was this campsite that appeared to have been abandoned. What caught your eye was against the stone wall right above the ring of stones that formed the fire itself. There is a giant symbol carved into the stone that is a protective sigil of Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon, which is a religious symbol of protection used in different divine rituals.
As we were looking at that, we couldn't make heads or tails of it. Have you ever seen that before?
No.
Go ahead and make a religion check.
Are you sure? Think about it just for a moment longer.
Well, let me rethink on this. I think maybe,
So wait, are we all reunited?
Oh, it's a natural 20!
Oh, welcome back, Pike!
First roll?
Are we all reunited?
You just forgot. You just
you know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it,
You clutch your holy symbol instinctually as you reach up and kind of run your fingers along the stonework, kind of tracing the carving across the stone. As you do, your eyes close and you feel the warmth of Serenray's presence fill your mind for a second, and for a split moment you can see a well-armored, very driven female halfling with hair pulled back into tight brown braids, a kind of dark green cloak thrown over one shoulder, who is currently carving that symbol into the stone. You're seeing Lady Kima of Ward as the one who left the symbol to protect her campsite as she laid up camp here. You don't know how long ago this transpired, but this was definitely left by her in this tunnel.
What is it?
It was left by a woman.
Lady Kima, the one we're trying to find.
Lady Kima.
How did you know that? Me and Pike are like...
Oh, Jesus.
Wow. It's so great to see you.
It's
You
really
look
great to see you.
fantastic, by the way.
I don't feel fantastic.
Bring it in. Bring it in. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Ooh, you smell a little. I like it, though. It works. Somehow it works on you.
We're in a very complicated situation. A lot has happened to us. We found sort of a war camp down here, and there is sort of I don't know, a being, I don't know what to call it. He's got a little of this going on, and he speaks and lashes out through his mind. We fought a huge force down here, and then we ended up falling down into a cavern, and then Keyleth and my sister found another one. What are they called? They're called Illithids.
Illithids, yes. And we found a rogue one, and we may team up with him or her to go back and get revenge and maybe kick some ass in the camp.
This just happened. He seems extremely dangerous. However, the forces we faced in the other Illithid seem maybe worse. So that's where we're at.
Welcome back.
Great.
Come, let's
Sounds like
rejoin
a fun
our friends,
time.
shall we?
Okay, let's go kick some ass.
Okay. So we trot back over to the dead goblin village.
All right, you make your way back to the tent that was originally scattered out. The rest of the party's there waiting as Clarota is awkwardly sitting in the far end, just kind of looking out as all of you slowly approach and enter the tent. Not speaking, just reactionary and keeping a watch on all of you.
I turn to Clarota, I'm like, ooh, that's our friend Pike. She's a good ally. Hello, Pike!
Hello, everybody.
Hello! Sometimes
you-
we hug
where-
as allies. Clarota.
Where have you been?
Well, I had quite a time. When we were up on the tower, I noticed something, and I felt I had to leave because I started to have a vision.
Ooh. Oh, those are fun.
And I feel like I should talk to you guys about this later. Just because...
It's
What
personal.
is your name? I'm so sorry. I'm Pike. It's very nice to meet you.
Okay, you get a better look as you approach this entity. You see what looks like a very tall, thin, gaunt-looking humanoid with a hood over the head. As you approach, you get a better look at the facial features. Smooth, kind of dull, bluish-purple skin, these sunken, creepy yellowish-green eyes, and instead of where a mouth or nose would be, you see 4 kind of slightly twitching tentacles, barely obscuring what looks like a round lamprey-like toothed maw.
Pike, this is Clarota. We've just met.
Can I shake his hand?
Do you want to reach your hand out?
Yes.
There is no physical response. The hand is not extended, but you hear in the middle of your mind, at full volume, a creepy whispered voice go, "Are you to be one of our allies as well?"
Yes. Of course.
Very well. She may stay.
Oh, thank you very much, Clarota.
I take my hand and scratch the back of my head.
And I take
see.
Pike and I kind of pull her out of the tent really quick. And I'm like,
Girl talk.
Okay, he's like a mind flayer, and we found him in a hole under a waterfall. But he's cool, but he wants vengeance.
Is that the thing is covering so he can't be...
He's like outcast. Yeah.
Okay.
But he's gonna help us fight all of his like tribe who hates us.
Clarota,
Okay, do
now
we
we
know
can-
for sure he's helping us?
Yes.
Yeah.
can you
Sure.
help us understand
Yeah.
your kind, your history, how you've come to be here, and who this individual is that is fucking with your shit?
The proverbial statement, I like that. At which point, Clarota's eyes narrow, and you can feel just the general mood and energy at the inside of the tent grows dark. It grows mildly tense, and suddenly you feel this presence of voice once again fill your mind as Clarota says,
7 years since I discovered my curse. My form was struck with the brand of the arcane, and these foul arts proved difficult to conceal. My brethren could sense my impurity, my deviation, and cast me out. I was severed from the elder brain, and chased on threat of death should I return. I wandered these tunnels in squalor, feeding on what paltry filth I could ensnare, and fleeing from the ones I could not face alone. In my wandering, I discovered a Duragar stronghold where the magma poured, and it proved to be a decent source of sustenance for some time, picking off the occasional straggler. Suddenly, a great battle took place, and it appeared something had sieged the stronghold. Reading the surface thoughts of the deep dwarfs I encountered in the following weeks, I found a shift of power. Whatever had taken this hold had now demanded fealty of them, and they accepted when faced with annihilation. This entity that took the Duragar by force, they called Kavar. I caught no sight of it, but the fear I could sense from within these dwarves was so primal, so great, that I knew to keep a distance to be safe. Not but 4 months ago, one of my estranged people was captured by these Ashskins and brought within the obsidian walls for what I assumed was interrogation. Long after, the bulk of the Duragar people marched back through the long, deep tunnels that led to my people's colony and attacked. Strangely, before much bloodshed could occur, which I only assumed was the next step in this onslaught, the fighting stopped, and the colony allowed the Ashskins to waltz directly into the temple, unharmed, unchallenged, where our elder brain resides. It wasn't until after I discovered whomever this Kavan is, they themselves infiltrated the temple and somehow took the elder brain under their own control. I watched as my people had their will robbed of them, and they took the will of all the others that lived and breathed in these tunnels. Now, a terrible army is forged of both factions, and they walk under the banner of this Kavan. Since this, I fled back to the higher tunnels and scrounged for materials so I could shield myself from the iron grip influence of the now enslaved elder brain. It took me weeks, but I'm confident I'm safe from its influence. For now.
Is that the thing that you wear upon your head?
As it pulls the hood back, you see once again this kind of haphazard metallic cluster of patches of metal and iron, this dull kind of blue metallic glow that you can only now see once he's sitting in near pitch darkness. As he reaches up and runs his finger along it.
Yes. This I feel can protect me. But I think there are a way to change the tides of this circumstance. I feel that if I could somehow free my people from the influence of Kavarn, release its hold on our hive mind, my people would allow me to rejoin the colony, to be one again with my family, my brethren.
I have a few questions. Is that all right?
Yes.
You and your brethren, without this, do you think as one?
We think as individuals, but the hive mind connects us all. The hive mind gives us knowledge, history, direction. It is the source of our family.
So, if one individual of your family sees something, the entire hive sees the same, is that correct?
Oh dear, that's no good.
And you mentioned the arcane being a stigma upon you.
At which point it turns its gaze away and kind of slinks down into its form slightly.
What do your brethren put their faith in, if not the arcane?
They put the faith in the arts of the mind. Both understanding, manipulating, controlling, and devouring.
Clarota, we have already allied ourselves with you, as we've already agreed.
Then you will help me free my people to be family again, to belong.
As we said, yes. But the thing you wear on your head, it would make us all the more equipped to take on this task against such powerful mind creatures such as yourself. I know my way around a couple of arcane things, but nothing of the mind control sorts. And if someone like me to be influenced, it would be very bad for our group.
Yeah.
Even yourself, perhaps. It would do well for at least maybe show us how you built it and.
Yeah.
You get what I'm getting at, right?
I would like a steel beanie as well.
Basically, where do we get one of those?
It would take weeks to build another.
Weeks?
I would like to take a look at it, if possible, and see if it makes sense. I am a builder.
Maybe we can figure out something a little bit more, jerry-rigged and
If we
janky
were
for the
all
time being.
hidden, we would have a distinct advantage.
I have a very large bronze pot in the bag of holding. Could I wear that on me noggin?
If you like.
It gives you a look in response. It says,
This protects me from the influence of the hive mind. My pre-existing connection.
We don't need to.
Could we be hidden from them? Would there be a way to cloak ourselves from their understanding? Protect our minds.
Hidden from the others. Their sight is the mind sight. The Elder Brain is a collection of the once living mind flares of my people.
I have one more question, and we have allied ourselves to you. That's true, but I'm curious to know, hopefully our goals intertwine and we want the same thing, but once that is achieved, and it will be, what happens then for the Illithid? Do you return to your home below? Do your people harbor any ambition to move upward into Craghammer?
it kind of looks to the side and says,
Our ambition is to pursue the continuation of our knowledge seeking. We have no interest in the surface. We only wish to spread our dominion here below. Expand our great city of Yogvoril.
I'm sorry, what was that name?
Yogvoril.
Bless you.
Sounds like a lovely town.
It's beautiful.
I feel that we could come to an arrangement.
I do as well.
We would require of you, at the very least, safe passage once we have helped you reunite with your people, for ourselves and for a friend of ours who's lost in the darkness, who we are here to retrieve.
For this deed of freeing my people from this insidious presence that is Kavarn.
Freeing all of our people.
I believe this could be arranged.
Scanlan, does he speak true?
Let's find out. I'm gonna just see if I can detect any lies.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
What am I adding to this?
Insight.
Oh, 13.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm not an insight person.
Can I?
Squishy over here.
What are you doing?
She's rolled twice.
Assisting?
All of your 20s.
It's late for the assist, unfortunately, because he's already rolled.
But can she
Okay.
suss him out?
Best you can tell, those who are looking into it.
No.
He seems to be speaking from a point of desperation and intent, as he has no other option. And he is genuinely, you can see it in the way he talks and the way he speaks about his family. He's a little crazy. The isolation has put him to a point where he wants to return to his people and will do whatever it takes to get back with them. However, he also seems to be, in a weird way that you can read, appreciative that you're willing to help, and seems to be, on his part, genuine.
Good.
As a note, music's not playing. I don't know if there's a reason for that.
Did he say that his eyes, the flayer's eyes, are what put people in trance, or their minds?
Yeah, the eyes. That's how
So
they
if
get
we
you.
wear helmets, it's not going to help him.
No, the helmet is
Is that
what
right?
separates him
Yeah,
from
it's
his
the eyes.
hive mind. It wouldn't help
Well,
us
that-
at all.
I still wear the big bronze pot on my head.
You put the pot on your head.
See, there
It's
on my whole
clunky.
bit.
Yeah, you cannot see with the pot on your
No,
head.
but I am
Can
protected
you bore?
from the
Can you
flames.
bore two like ghost holes
Right,
in
that's
like?
what I
I
mean.
don't need it. I have incredible warriors.
Do their powers work with reflection?
I'm going to fall off a cliff.
Your very light.
But if we approach them from with using a reflective surface to view them, can they peer into our minds through a reflected surface?
If they know you're there, you're in sight, they can read into you.
Oh, so it's
You are
mine.
obscured.
Yeah, they can read our minds. They don't have
If
to.
you are unknown to them, if you are hidden, they cannot sense you. But if they know you are there, they can peer, they can pry.
Is there any way to be hidden for us?
Be hidden from sight, be hidden from knowledge, be hidden from them.
Hide.
Clarence. Oh, sorry. Clarota.
How about clay?
I sorry, Clarota. I just have one quick question. Why would you want to rejoin your colony after they've banished you? Why not leave?
I have nowhere to go. They are my essence, my connection. I long to return. It is the way of my people. I understand this curse I hold. I spite myself. I look upon this disease and spit mud. Perhaps with this deed they can overlook it.
You're not diseased, you're
God.
Question.
She's
Clarota.
precious.
Know nothing of my culture. You presume too much.
I think we do understand your desires, though. And we can align ours with yours.
Yep.
So let us speak of specifics, Clarota.
Strategy.
Strategy.
Number one, that assortment of dwarves and some of your friends and ogres over there on the other side of the chasm. Is that something that we need to face headlong, or can we maybe surpass them, trying to find Kavarn or this temple that you speak of?
We may, if you wish. The stronghold is far below. The magma leads the way. However, if I know what I've seen, their general resides in that camp. I know no way within the stronghold without the front of their army. Perhaps the general can be prized for information. If you bring him to me.
Bring him to you. Won't be accompanying us on any adventure, or
I will be coming.
But we have to fetch him.
and the general is in that
where you were earlier.
Yes. All right. So we have to go over. Okay.
Wait, did you say something about a temple, or did I completely misunderstand?
There is a temple in our city.
Yes.
Where my people reside. That is where the Elder Brain sits.
Well, right now
We have to get there eventually, but first step is this smaller force across the chasm.
Yes, we gotta put the beat down.
Now,
well said, Krog.
You said there was a big army front guarding this general of Duragar?
well, the general's
No,
right
we
across
have to go.
right across the chasm.
Oh, he's just right across the way?
The force
army
is
is the
coming
actual
there.
thing.
The bulk of their army currently is divided between that and the stronghold below.
Percy
killed a
shot
few of
this
them.
one, I think.
Yes.
I did.
Yes,
I
you
think
did.
it's important to point out that your kin, this general, is aware of at least 3 of us, of my dragonborn friend, and the singer over here and myself.
I don't think he knows about me.
No, he's not going
Are
to.
you invisible?
Just us, then.
Yes, I don't even know if he saw me, but they saw my funny cards.
It's true. It could be just
Fantastic.
me then.
Oh, I cast Prestidigitation on Pike and clean her up. Real quick.
You look lovely.
Was it?
How do you think
It was all dirty.
your kin will
Kinda
react to
liked
that?
it.
What will their response be if they know that outsiders have come? If they've seen just me at this moment, plus a few illusions.
I will be prepared. So, you must find another way in. You must think how to not be seen.
Think.
Don't worry, Krog.
You
We'll
hear-
figure it out.
You've never, ever in your life, ever heard someone else chuckle inside your brain. But you hear within the center of yours.
Think, yes.
It echoes in the pot. And I start laughing to myself.
And can I assume that you would have already given us any advice by now if you knew a way? Are we stuck with our own resources?
I've only watched from a distance. Me getting too close was too dangerous. I only read surface thoughts. If I was seen, it would be nothing. I would be destroyed.
So, no back doors, no secret entrances that you know of into the camp anywhere near this general. Fuck.
What's in the bottom of the crevasse?
It's water and magma.
Yeah, can we pick up the little Loch Ness monster and throw it at him or something?
Oh yes, down below in the waters, our allies Vex and somebody found saw some creatures under the water snatching bodies as they fell. Keelan.
Yes!
Yes, I forgot who went.
Her Majesty Keyleth.
Pike's
Hi.
beauty distracted me. You shouldn't have cleaned her up so nice.
I'm sorry.
Wait,
Anyway,
where
there was
are we
some
looking?
creatures down below in the waters. Are those anything that we could use, or should we just avoid them?
You see it like actually hisses for a second as soon as you mention this. It goes,
No, avoid. That creature is older than all of us. He resides there in ancient mines. One that should be kept at bay and never left.
Do you mean a Lawson?
its eyes narrow once again, not quite understanding the words you use,
It's
seemingly amused.
It's a gnome thing.
As a brief aside, too, check the connection on my iPad. I'm playing music fine, and the connection's in the iPad. I don't quite know where it's losing its connection, but I think we'll need some music.
Yes.
All right, so let's review our options, shall we?
We're gonna charge
We
in
can.
there.
Well, we can't charge.
No.
There's a chasm.
How did that go with the little brain thing? Not too well.
The chasm's
How about the master switch for? Master switch.
It's
The
entire
chasm.
colony of mind flayers.
We could fly in, right?
Yes, the bridge is gone. We have
So
to
we can
do-
fly in death from above. We can somehow.
I don't know if I can.
Well, we can figure out a way.
Okay.
Enough of us can turn into flying things
Well,
to get you there.
we have a flying carpet. We could repair the bridge if we had to, at least put a rope across.
I think.
Or we could disguise ourselves somehow.
I think I know where we need to go.
What?
Really?
Really?
Get out of the city.
Please do tell.
So hold on, tech support.
We lost it. No, there we go.
There's music. Oh. Super.
Landed already.
Oh wait, I think I read this wrong.
Pike, don't toy with our emotions.
You just go back.
So you guys haven't gone to the war camp?
We have.
We
We've
have.
been
You
there.
have?
Yeah.
We've been there and we quickly
Well,
retreated.
Scanlan took a poke about. He poofed himself out of sight and then had a look around. And then we returned to the edge of it, and I kind of flipped the bird at them and taunted them a little. But most of us haven't been in.
Have
I've
you been
been
to
in.
the lake?
None of us
lake?
went in the water.
Lake? No, there's no. What? There's a lake?
Well, isn't that where that thing is?
Yeah, the bottom of the crevasse. Right?
Yes,
No,
going
if
under the
there-
bridge.
Is that a lake? No, that was rushing water. That's not a lake.
underground.
The area after the big drop that
Yes.
was at the bottom, there was a lake of water.
Oh,
okay.
And there was a waterfall coming out of the natural.
And the ogres were getting sucked under by something.
Yeah, so we didn't go down there. Why?
Is there something under the lake?
Creepy.
Well, I don't know if I should be talking about this in front of him, but
We could go away from him for a second.
He would
yes.
probably hear the thoughts inside your mind, I think.
Clarota is totally fine to talk in front of.
Earmuffs.
He's amazing.
Brain muffs.
Why are we questioning him so much?
Well, shall I share a vision I have?
I think so, Pike. I think at this
Okay.
point we
Well,
should just move forward.
In this vision that I had, I was pulled down toward the mines, into the tunnels below where the dwarves were working.
Through the lake?
Well, past the goblinoid creatures and past a great underground lake. Past a jagged onyx-colored fortress framed in molten rock. Past a field of broken glass and bone. Have you seen any of this?
I'm thinking onyx.
Those last things sound terrible.
No, the lake is the. Yes, that all sounds shitty. The last thing we've seen is the lake, and we didn't go too close to it because a couple of ogres fell in from above, and they disappeared
Yeah,
like
but we
something
didn't have
grabbed
him
them.
fly down there and get like a close look.
No, we haven't had a
I
look
wonder if
around.
there's like a.
I can cast water breathing on all of us.
Why don't we send one, like Mars Rover, over here and have him go check it out?
I mean, I can always turn into like a whale.
That's well, I don't.
and go
Perhaps,
for
but the
it.
water breathing sounds good to me. I feel like a head-on
Isn't there something in the water?
run
though?
into
Shouldn't
the
we-
camp is a
something in
bad idea.
I pull out my empty
Yes.
bottle, and I go, and I have this.
Yes, he's got a bottle. Plus, we've killed a fucking dragon. I know it's not an easy task to accomplish, but we're pretty badass. I think we might have a good chance.
So wait, is going through the lake gonna get us through to the general?
Well,
or
we
do we
don't
need to
know.
do that first?
We haven't been down to the water surface. Maybe
Yes.
there's like another.
What's the best case scenario? What? We come up behind them? It's still going to be a fight.
But maybe there's a different vantage point instead of like.
But we can fly over them. That seems like a pretty good attack point.
Some of us can fly over them.
Well, we can all figure out to where all of us can fly over them. I'm
Send
more
the Mars
concerned
Rover,
about
see what
us
he sees.
cloaking ourselves.
There's
Even if we're
there's
flying,
an
they're still gonna
ancient
see
death
us.
thing down
He
there.
might die. I didn't say it was foolproof.
I don't know, man.
I mean, our
They're
options
all
are
volunteering you.
our options
Wait,
are.
what's
we can,
going on?
We can vote on it, although we all know Keyleth is just going to go fucking do whatever she wants. But Our options are
That was one time.
just the one time.
Just one time.
Never to be forgotten.
Our options are a headlong advance into the middle of their camp. That's a big fucking force.
Or some sort of
Is the
disguise,
stream-
distraction.
Tiberius.
Is the stream down, by the way?
It goes down every 2 hours and 17 minutes. It's been doing that for. It comes right back up.
All right, so let us know when it's back up.
2 hours and 17 minutes. That sounds like Lost or
Tiberius.
something.
I know.
Yeah.
Do it.
Amityville Twitch.
Go fly like all the way down to the water surface, like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future 2, and check out if there's any other tunnels that we haven't seen or ways to go.
Isn't the same one that you bended, or is that what we're talking
I
about?
think so.
We didn't go down to the water surface though, did we?
Well, we went over top of it and kind of looked down.
Oh, we did? We went all the way down
When
there?
I was like bending the water back, we were kind of in that area, right? That was that area above the lake.
It's
we
a
were talking
little
about.
smart.
But there's also the whole. I think
Let's
we're
go
looking
bomb
at something
them.
as well. Is
What if, I mean,
Can you freeze it?
Figure
do
it
you
out.
guys want to like put me down on a rope and I can just like run around and just see if there's any openings? I mean, I have a lot of armor.
Go fishing with you.
I have a lot of
Go fishing?
Well,
Yeah.
no, just like halfway, and then I can like run around and see if there's any tunnels.
Oh, well, some of us can fly, so we're okay.
I mean, I can attempt to try and like drain the lake a little bit.
And Keela said that she can
big
cast water breathe. We can help us breathe underneath.
We have
the
2
surface.
underwater breathing spells.
Control water is a level 5 spell.
I realize that.
But
It's a
remember,
lot
we're
of water.
slow as balls.
You were
in
having
water.
trouble, if I recall, just getting the waterfall out of the way to create. I mean, it was amazing,
We
but
managed to get it like.
If something goes
I know
wrong,
you
if
fucking
something
saved
goes
the
goes
day,
wrong,
but
about
we're
it.
talking about
A lake.
Yeah, Lake Superior.
It is not
Yeah.
just a lake. There is a death monster in there.
Right.
Right,
Is there
but
anything
If we
to
go under the
stand
water,
on?
we're
Can we
dead.
stand on it? Anything if we want to fight it, or are we going to be fighting it in the
we
water?
can all have water breathing.
Yeah,
and
but
then
we'll be slow.
we will
And we'll be underwater where there's a death monster.
Yeah, I'm not worried about
But
that
there's
part of it.
there's 50 to 100 fucking creeps up top.
Well, then let's come up with a good plan.
Maybe there's like hidden stairs or something like in Indiana Jones.
Can you like fly the water and like fry the guy in the water with
Hold
the
on.
There's only 26 people up there.
Yeah, I mean,
on our last count.
Is that
Stuff.
before the ones we killed or on?
Those are the
After.
ones we saw. Though.
No, that's the ones that.
How do we know how far back the camp goes? How many are in
I've
the
seen
gate
all of
behind
it.
it?
Got that
a
information
couple
from
of
him
you have
when
lightning.
Scanlan went.
Can't you
That's the number.
deep
Oh,
fry
yeah.
the water?
Yeah,
Deep
I mean,
fried
I
water?
can make like a giant whirlpool.
Wait a
Yeah.
sec.
That's
Wait a
fun.
second.
Cast
Wait a
white
second.
squall or
I
whatever.
Clarota, you've been listening to our thoughts for the last 10 minutes.
And what clear thoughts they have been.
What do you think? What do you think?
What resides in that lake is something you wish not to tamper with. It ain't your mind.
Holy fucking hell.
It clouds the water with its own filth. You find yourself unable to breathe air.
Didn't that happen
Its
already?
mind it takes.
Have you seen it? It's big.
Yeah, right. It's like that big fish who got flushed out.
Is it like a many-armed situation?
One could say yes.
Okay. Well,
So we can face Cthulhu or
yeah.
little Cthulhu minions. Seems to be our choice.
Well,
Clarota.
why don't I have lightning, I swear? Can't you fry the
But
water
can we
first
try
and see
the
if it
lightning?
hurts
We
it?
can fly overhead and just lightning the shit out of them.
Do that, please. Because maybe there's a way that there's a tunnel and we come up behind them or whatever.
That
Otherwise,
illithid took out my brain from like 100 feet.
You know what?
Clarota.
Wait, if I may. When I was there, I saw the general control all of them instantly
Yep.
when he was about to make a sacrifice or feed or whatever he was doing.
Yep.
No offense. He instantly had all of their command. If we could somehow get to him and cut off that connection, distract him, influence him somehow to command them to all jump in the lake, for instance, that would get rid of the lot of them all at once.
Can you make me invisible?
I can get you there. I can make you unseeable, but not invisible.
What?
May I?
What's the difference?
I can make you a fly.
May I examine without removing? May I examine your
what
device?
about like a little
Oh shit.
Make a persuasion roll.
Oh man. Percy.
What is he saying? What's he saying? What?
Percy.
What's he doing?
He's asking to.
16.
What's he doing?
Touching the head.
It glares at you and says,
Our agreement does not include this interaction.
It may be the key to returning you to your people.
Tiberius.
Yes?
Would you go?
I won't
fry
touch.
the fucking
I will
plate?
just look.
I'm reading my book. Will you?
What? No, I want you to read a book.
it kind of bows its head but does not move closer. And just lightly shows you an element of it.
Can I understand how it functions?
Best you can tell, it looks like a skull cap that's been kind of decently made for what it is, but it's a little, you can see some of the hammer marks on it, or some whatever was put together. It appears to be a very simple piece of metallic material.
Oh,
so it's magic.
It looks like it is some sort of enchantment, but probably what's causing the effect. It's not any like mechanical device that causes it.
So there'd be no way to build something to create a feedback loop.
Oh, I see what you're getting
I want
at.
to try and see if there's any way that I can take a look at this and figure out a way to build some sort of feedback
We
system.
need to build a coconut radio.
You don't even have a
That's
laboratory.
what he wants. He wants a coconut radio.
With
I love coconuts.
you have never interacted with anything psionic based before. The time to research that and the materials needed to do it would take months.
Plan 2
It's a fairly shitty situation.
Plan 2?
While all this is going on.
is if they can't see,
What
what if we blind them?
How?
Like with some sort of interference?
With a really bright light.
Oh, I love doing light things.
Like, what if they are so blind they can't actually see us coming?
I believe Pike and I both have access to spells like that.
I assume
I
that
think
would
so.
make us pretty blind as well.
Not if.
Not necessarily.
Not if we wear our
Sunglasses?
Can I attempt to build sunglasses?
How would we wait before
I
we
have
build
optics.
sunglasses?
You could probably make a couple with the materials you have on hand. You are limited when it comes to resources, as you are currently halfway underground.
Even better.
Max could show his ass. That's a pretty white light.
Pretty as white as it gets.
It's pale as shit. When I go to the beach, I don't tan.
But
I
wait,
sprit.
I thought we established that they don't need visual contact to influence us. They just need to be able to be aware.
Once they
of our
have
mind.
visual contact, they can influence us, but they need to make that visual contact in the first place.
The dark and deep dwarves. They hate light.
So
I think it'll stun them long enough for us to get across.
if we could perhaps put some light spells on the back, on the front of our shields, so that we are guarded from it.
And if you could make a pair for our friend here, that would help him out, I assume.
Wait, that's not a bad idea. Pike, can we temporarily enchant the magic carpet as like a spotlight as we fly over? It's like a light
little portable sun.
death ray?
We've seen you surrounded in radiant light before. Do you think you could do that for the carpet?
If I mean, I have,
We should have daylight. We need both. Where's my book? Where's my player's handbook?
Yeah.
And Clarota, while they're figuring that out, if we remain to be hidden or blind our opponents as we approach, your kin will not know our thoughts till they see us?
Yes. They need to look into you by knowing you're there.
Can I fight one of your kin with a blindfold on?
Perhaps.
I thought if they could see you, you were.
Clarota,
Not your eye.
the mind's eye that you possess, how close can one be before it actually affects? Say 100 feet, it caught my friend in midair, our last run-in. Is it the range about?
It's about the distance, yes.
Thank you.
You may not know the answer to this. I don't doubt your knowledge and wisdom, but I happen to have a ring of mind shielding. Will that aid me in any way?
Bam! Boom! Yeah. Gives resistance to a psionic influence would be of aid.
Page number.
Daylight?
We have a plan?
Oh!
2:30.
2:30.
It wouldn't be hard to get hold of some pitch down here, some tar.
To burn?
No. If you can be invisible, and you have a ring of mind shielding, and you can carry a bucket of pitch to that motherfucker, you can splash it on its face, cover its eyes, and it's helpless.
My God, what?
Or I could hang that big brass pot on its head.
Well,
I'm wearing that.
Yes, but it could take it off, possibly, if you smear sticky shit on
Wait,
its
I just have to
eyes.
blind it?
Then it can't control it.
Well, I happen to have a blindness spell.
It may still try, but to be blind, it would be very difficult for it to pry into your mind.
Could it still control the others, though?
Probably. That is a permanent enslavement.
So you want me to go in there, solo, invisible,
No.
and try to blind this
Not
thing?
solo.
I'm in.
I like your idea of turning me into a fly. You and I go in.
And we've got light spells.
Pike and I can cast daylight on our magic carpet.
Onto an object.
What his
And
flesh
I can
it'll
cast it onto my shield, and then on the carpet,
And on the
we would have a
carpet?
double.
Yes.
I have to take a nap though.
That could
So I
be
can
done
learn
later.
it. What's that?
13? Okay.
But that
Here's
could get us
some
in close. Scanlan and I could get in closely and blind it. And I could stab it in its head.
I mean, technically, I can also turn into something flyy and come to back you guys up if someone else wants to take the carpet.
Okay. No.
We
Yeah,
can
okay,
all
throw it
get
in
there.
I'll take
We
the
can
carpet.
all get there.
I can
That's
cast
not the
daylight
problem.
on your helmet, on your pot helmet.
Really?
Yeah. You'll
That
be
I'm game with.
all right.
I'll be like a lighthouse.
At the very least, it will
walking
be a
around.
distraction for the two of
Crushing
you.
life.
They'll be busy dealing with us.
To be the cover of John
Everyone here,
Carpenter's The
Percy,
Thing.
that's a good idea.
What is it?
Two fronts.
Yes,
Yes.
2 fronts.
What is it?
You
Someone's
and
a
I
distraction?
separate from the group. They go in shining like a beacon. You and I in. And while the Illithid is focused on them, we go in, you blind him, and I stab him in his maw.
That means
It's pretty good.
That's a
Pretty good.
suicide.
I like it. Let's do it.
Well, what else are we going
Might
to
as
do?
well.
This is a
I'm
great
game.
plan. I'm behind this.
Surgical. Special Ops.
Hey, wait.
SEAL Team 6.
What does Vax have to say about this?
Vex, you mean?
Vex.
My sister Vex?
Yes, that one.
That's a good question.
Oh, Vex, you look so tired.
Vex, your sister, seems genuinely perturbed by the circumstance, but looks to you and says, "Look, I found him. You deal with the situation. Just tell me what to do."
And then she goes,
She's so like that.
Right.
Okay,
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
I gave
Clarota,
up trying
do
to
you,
understand her years ago.
Do you know what time it is? Feeling a bit nappy, I think.
Your hair looks fine.
Well, I'm...
Wait, shh. You give me rest, then rest.
Okay.
Time of day has no bearing down here.
I have to rest so I can,
Yes.
and I'm going to read up on this daylight spell
Yeah.
so that me and you can both cast it.
Yeah, we'll just take a nap and just get all nice,
Juiced
rest our
up?
muscles and
yep.
and get ready for the fight.
On this chopping head spell. Yep, I'm ready.
I'm gonna sing a little song to inspire a couple of my allies here, if I can.
Okay, I would recommend doing it after rest. 'cause
Okay.
The dice would go away
After rest.
while they rest.
Okay, forget it.
An
I
idea
go
for
ahead
But
and
important.
I light an incense in our teepee and I make some flowers grow. And I'm like, that's better.
I'm gonna
Now it's nice.
do a little bit of work on that first trick arrow. On the trap arrow.
Okay.
Just since I've got a little time.
Go ahead and make a roll.
That's what am I rolling?
Your engineering, or your Tinker's Kit.
Where's my engineering? Oh, it's just an intelligence roll, right?
Plus your Tinker's Kit proficiency. It's down underneath your skills. Around your proficiencies at the very bottom left.
Yeah, I don't have a number for that.
You can add your proficiency modifier to the intelligence check. So add your intelligence modifier plus 4.
Oh, thank you. 17.
All right. And so, what are you trying to accomplish with this arrow again?
I was just trying to make a entanglement arrow. It's a trapper's arrow.
Okay.
Polo arrow.
You managed to work out what seems like a tanglefoot bag type detonation, where if an arrow were fired, it would be a grapple check against the individual, and probably give them penalties until they're able to break free of the grapple of the arrow. So yeah, success on that one.
I'm going to be Hawkeyeing Laura out at some point. I've got a couple of them in mind.
Yeah.
All right. So
Before
that's
I retire, Clarota, you said you wanted to speak with me later. Anything in particular, or do you wish to save it for after the battle?
Perhaps after. I just am curious about the source of your arcane power.
Oh, I'd be happy to discuss it. I could learn, I feel, a great deal from you as well.
Later.
Anyway, later, of course. I go to my books.
So Clarota closes his eyes and kind of goes into a meditative stance. The rest of you, those who have spells to choose, go ahead and choose your spells accordingly for the next day.
Rub it in.
Well, luckily we have our clear.
I'm sharpening my axe.
Good, good.
It is good.
I'm just doing my vocal warm-ups.
All right.
Me.
Quietly.
Molto bene, molto bene, molto bene, molto bene, molto
The
bene.
Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
So as you all have your evening's rest, not very comfortable. Number one, you're in the middle of a tent of a goblinoid city. Second, just the general proximity of sleeping near an illithid. You just have a general sense of unsettling dreams, imagery that is disturbing. Pike, you have many flashbacks to the vision you had and actually wake partway through the night in a cold sweat. As you wake up, you all kind of slowly come to. It's about 4 hours into the evening's rest. You hear feel a slight tremor, a familiar tremor that you felt once before in this cavern. You'd feel the ground begin to vibrate and shake.
I get up, I look around.
Is Clay awake?
Eyes are open, just sitting there.
Clarota, do you know what that rumbling is?
There are many creatures that live in this rock. Your best to be still.
Ooh, still.
Still.
So don't move.
Vocal warm-ups.
Everyone make a stealth check.
Oh.
Nipple.
Yes. Cooper.
We get advantage on that, right?
No.
Oh, wow.
16. 14.
19.
18.
20.
1.
Two natural ones?
After her 2 natural 20s.
Nothing to add.
Nothing to add.
Nothing to add.
Well, I mean,
Well, I'm new to armor,
You both rolled natural ones.
Natural ones.
Those both count as 2 failures.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Thankfully, the rest of your group all rolled pretty high, so it was 4 versus 5.
Yes.
You guys just barely succeed. As you all hold still, barely breathe, the rumbling intensifies and goes on for a good minute and a half before eventually it subsides.
Aw. Thought we were gonna get a warm-up.
Fades into the distance. Rumbling is complete. Appears to be no issue.
Okay.
Clarota says,
Many of these creatures, they pick up on movement in that sound. Be wary.
What creatures are you speaking of now? This is something.
The rumbling creatures.
But what are they?
Probably buttholes.
I've only got glimpses.
This is something worse than Umber Hulks.
Larger,
yeah.
Holes in the underdark.
All right, we've all rested up.
Holes in the Underdark.
I had a crazy dream that said if Geek and Sundry got to 1,400 followers, there would be some sort of a giveaway.
yes, there are some.
I had the same dream, Scanlan.
Wow.
All visions of that.
Yeah, guys, just so you're aware, every 50 subscribers we're giving away an awesome Sundry game package. So,
in my head, just one.
oh, there you go. Well, congratulations. We already got a winner, and we'll be putting those out for every 50 subscribers we get tonight. I'll be choosing one to win that awesome award or wonderful package, so keep that in mind.
Not yet. So, the plan is again, you and I stealth, the rest attack with light. Well, what's first? What's second? What happens here?
Well, I need to take a moment to find some. I'm going to look around and see if I can find any pitch anywhere in the goblin camp.
Okay.
Is this plan
Go ahead and make a
dependent on
survival
me
check.
finding pitch?
If my
Actually, let's be investigation. Make an investigation.
Oh, I got the exact same number. It's a 12.
Well, okay. Takes about an hour. You manage to find essentially a few piles of rather disgusting, sticky goblinoid refuse that you imagine would probably stick and burn pretty well in a pitch type way. Yeah,
Shit.
you find just a whole bunch of goblin shit.
Let's cook it up a little.
How do you feel about lacing
I'll
it with
make
some gunpowder?
fire for you.
Ooh.
I feel pretty good.
All
about
right.
that.
Goblin Molotov cocktails?
Yes.
I like that.
Goblin poop cocktail.
So here's how I think this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the team infuses the carpet and any shields or headpots they have with radiant light. They go in and make a big stink on the side of the camp. You and I go in. You're invisible. I'm a
fly, flea,
fly,
mosquito, dragonfly, whatever you'd like.
Yes, let's say fly.
Ladybug.
We go in, find the illithid, and then we pop in. You yell, "Hey, Spanky!" Throw the goblin shit in its face.
Or I try to blind it with magic.
Yes.
Both.
Both. Why not both?
Both.
Okay.
We want to increase our odds.
Sure.
As soon as he's blind, I go in for the kill. And then it's on us to deal with what happens after that.
It's playtime.
It's playtime.
Yeah.
Might I suggest one other
Let's
wrinkle?
do that.
Please do.
Remember, there are some dwarves being held captive.
Yes.
We could make our way to them and release them.
We don't need all of them now.
Just to cause further distraction or to get some allies on the inside.
Possible they could be weary, frightened.
Mind control.
Seems unreliable, yes, mind control.
They're probably ready to fight, like me.
Grog, we understand. You want to bash some
kill.
heads.
Your time to kill is coming.
Right.
All right. Is there anyone else of our party who could help us with stealth or anything while we're over there?
Definitely not me.
Okay.
As a note, just remember, because you're the one who walked through, there is essentially a shanty town, a tent city of war tents, with a few rock formations. You also notice that, or you remember last time, there was the main square that had the raised platform.
Platform, yeah.
And then there was the small stone barracks where it seemed both the Mind Flayer and the Durigar general both went back
So
in.
we got to go into the barracks.
Well, that's where you saw at least they were last time we were
That's
in
our
there.
starting point, I imagine.
Well, there's 2 targets.
So we got to get in and then get in.
The main thing
They're
is to
all
get
targets.
the illithid, because if he's out, nobody's. Then they're all separate. He's playing chess with all his minions until we take him out.
I hate
Right.
chess.
So we all strike right on him. You two are going to take that little journey. The rest of us, what should we do? I have many options, and they're all fun. So, Percy, your sniper rifle. I should think that you should want to post up and start taking out position.
I'll do that at first, but then eventually I'm going to just have to jump into the fray.
No, yes, I mean, of course, onslaught to the rest of the camp that we're about to do, right? Make a bunch of noise, bunch of light.
How are you going to get Grog over there?
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna put a giant sunlight beacon on his head, and I'm gonna release him to the wilds.
Yes, but there's no bridge. We
Well,
talked
gotta
about
get over there.
We have-
featherfall.
Oh, how are we gonna
across.
get him over?
We have an infinite amount of rope.
Yeah, but
How do we get it over there?
But Tiberius talked about making him light as a feather.
Oh, you could fly
His
me.
tricks.
Oh yes, you can fly him, right?
so you could fly. And
Why don't we turn my pot into a lighthouse and then you
Take me
fly
over
me
there.
over and I'll do like a abominable snowman walk.
I like that.
Clarota, is there anything
wait a
you can
minute. I
do
like
to
that
help
too.
us
You're
in
like
this
a
endeavor?
Neck.
I can help in trying.
He's a light
Power is mine with mine, but you have to swear to protect me from harm.
You have our word.
Yeah, you
That
have
we
all
will
the-
try.
And I will come. We must work swiftly. If we can overleap most of the city, get to that barrack, storm it, and take out the Mind Flayer that resides.
So,
So let's
Okay.
set down right in the middle of the thing.
right. Well, I was gonna say, can we set down
That's
to
you two.
where
It's
we're
all of us.
kind of backing you guys up, holding the fort down while you guys go?
Well, we all have to. There's no bridge, so
Right.
we
We all have to get there.
I'm not worried about that.
get over
We can
together,
all
get to the
across.
edge.
Yes,
and
but
then-
where are we going to make land? In the middle of the shit next to the barracks?
I say we might as well go closest to the barracks as we can get.
Okay. And then you and I
That's
can
the
get
plan.
in the barracks.
That's a good idea. If we go as high as we can and just hug the ceiling of this motherfucker,
Try and get as
and then
much-
go down in the middle, and as we're going down, you turn me into a fly and go invisible, and that's when all hell breaks loose.
I like that one.
Okay.
Let's
I like
do
this
it.
plan. This
No
is a
time
good
like
plan.
the present. Let's fucking do.
Hands
I'm
up
gonna
if
start
you're in.
buffing people like crazy.
I cast Stone
You're gonna be buffing us like vampires. Like, there we go.
Oh, just
Question to the Dungeon Master.
Yes.
I think my polymorph spell is a concentration spell.
It is, yes.
I'm going solo.
Do it.
I can get you in. I can make you fly, but I can't be invisible at the same time.
I will sneak through.
All right.
If shit goes south, I will peel off and join the
help
others.
him
All
be
right.
silent?
Well, I can cast Pass Without a Trace on myself, and as long as we hug close to me, there's an area around me that's like a dark shadow, and we get all stealthy.
We're going in.
We're just gonna have to improvise that. We'll do it live. Wait!
Don't go in yet. Let me buff
As a
people.
note, you said you were casting Stone Skin? Stone Skin is concentration. The moment you cast another concentration spell, it goes away.
Oh, right. So I don't cast it yet.
Okay. Keep that in mind.
Okay. Goddamn concentration spells.
I would like to cast Bloodlust on myself. Bloodlust.
I go ahead and I cast Enhance Ability on Vex.
Vax.
Sorry, everybody does it.
I know.
Our mother did it. I do it sometimes.
Okay. To increase his dexterity?
To increase your dexterity,
What about
So,
stealth? Can
essentially, you have advantage on
dexterity
dexterity-based checks, yeah.
which is your stealth, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And then I'm gonna go ahead. Hang on, let me keep track of all this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cast Daylight on Grog's helmet. Are we ready for this? Are we going?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
Do it.
And I'm gonna go ahead and cast Daylight on.
Wait.
What?
Wait. We're trying to sneak over them before we land. Don't cast daylight on anything yet.
Okay.
We don't want to be bright,
I'll wait
shining
then.
sun.
I'll
A giant flare coasting over the city.
Okay.
UFO.
Well then I'm gonna go ahead and cast Pass Without a Trace on myself.
Okay. All right. So that's preparation there.
Oh, I'm gonna sing a little ditty to inspire Vax. I didn't see the Vax, cause he's so goddamn stealthy. La da 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 da. Okay, good.
Was that I saw the sign?
Yes,
That wondrous rendition allows you a D8 inspiration dice. Hold on to that.
Is everybody finished?
Vox Machina. Let's do this
Let's
shit.
Yes.
I
All right.
turn into an eagle and I'll take the gnomes.
All right. Going Scanlan. Pike is heavy with the plate mail, but still enough to carry with your giant eagle form.
Tiberius, Percy, and I are on the carpet, and Tiberius, are you going to help Grog fly across?
Yeah.
No, they're
Fine.
Fly. All right. At which point, you feel this strange lifting sensation. For a second, your stomach kind of has butterflies, and you realize that you could just think forward, and you drift forward. Think back, you drift back. Think up, you drift up.
Amazing. Don't puke in the helmet though, that would be gross.
Am I light enough for him to take a
He can fly on his own. He can just will himself.
I'm talking about for him to carry me.
Oh, from the carrier? Yeah.
Let's do this.
I hop on your back. Alright, let's go, Grog.
And
So-
I guess the rest of them are on the rug.
So,
Well, I can't see, so you're gonna tell me. I start flying the wrong way.
Back up the other way.
Turn around.
Very good. Okay.
you actually clutch Grog by the
It's like
sides of
riding
his
a Segway.
face and start steering him
out.
like a vehicle.
Whenever I move your head, you just tilt that way and fly. Accordingly.
Are we all in flight
They're
now?
all taken care of, yes.
And the carpet?
Right, Grog.
Tiberius, Percy, and I are on the carpet.
What about Vex? Is she with us?
She's on the carpet.
Is she staying behind?
Vex, for the time being, because it's just easier to organize for this, is coming on the carpet with you guys and is preparing in case she is needed.
Okay.
She's just quiet because she's feeling smug about last game.
Yes.
Be quiet. She's feeling smug about being in another RPG right now. All right, so she'll be back.
I want to see how you fly, Grog.
It's really rickety. Bro, it's one amen and one forward.
You just think. How
Grog
you
begins
go?
drifting.
Do you propel yourself with
It's an awkward zigzag.
Do you think happy thoughts?
All right.
I'm gonna kind of fly in the middle between Kurog and the carpet. That way my pass without a trace encompasses everybody.
Okay. All right.
I turn to Scanlan and say, Scanlan, we are probably going to die today. It has been an honor.
It has been an honor.
You won't
If
die
only
today.
one of us will die.
By the way, Vax.
And it won't be me.
When we get up there,
I
I'm
can
just
be
gonna make you
invisible.
So long you're not listening. It'll just happen.
What were you saying, Tiberius?
Nothing.
No, don't play it that way. What were you saying?
I was saying if you're all finished, I'll just make you invisible right before that happens.
You guys are all coasting over the chasm now. You're over the top of the large bridge and the 200-foot wide open hole in this tunnel that leads to the lake below. As you glance down, you can see just a little bit of a trickle from the soft red light that was deeper inside. You can see the small streams of lava that are just slowly pulling at the bottom on the outskirts of the lake proper. As you begin to make it to the other side, you can see tiny shapes moving in this very barely lit war camp of the Duragar. As you're coasting over, and Clarota is along with you guys with his hood up, he kind of whispers into all your heads, says,
Beware, some of these are me scary abominations created below within my city. I know not what to expect from them, so me wary.
As this happens, everyone make a stealth check. Everyone because of the pass without a trace, everyone gets a +10 to their stealth check.
+10?
+10. Thanks to Keyleth.
Thank God.
Keyleth, however, you are carrying 2 gnomes. You have a disadvantage on it, even with the +10.
It's alright.
+10? Thank God.
Even with the +10? Okay, so...
18?
18.
15.
22.
27.
Wow.
23?
28.
All right, you guys begin to crest over the very top of the war camp, and looking down, you can see now there are what looks to be the beginnings of tunneling siege engines being constructed.
Siege? Siege.
You can see giant wheeled carts with drills at the front, giant like auger bores that are being currently constructed. You can see what looks like a series of weapons being stacked up and ready. You can see there is a preparation for some sort of an attack on the city above.
Oh.
As you guys continue to press ahead, there does not seem to be any reaction to your flying.
Don't say anything.
It's close to the ceiling of this cavern.
We didn't cast the light.
We can all talk to each other. Don't forget.
Whisper to each other.
Why don't you shut up?
Oh, cool.
Just wait till we get there.
Cast the spell. Good plan.
Do you guys make it towards the center portion of the city?
Die rolls.
I know.
You can just start beginning to see the opening in the center of this war camp. There is a circle where there are no tents constructed. You can see what looks to be a small wooden platform, and there is a stone building that is of, makeshift functional construction. Not pretty, but functional. Looks like a barracks or some sort of a large bunker right on the northern side of that opening, that center portion of the war camp. That would be what you saw both the general and the mind flayer head of this encampment go into last time you
The
were here.
barracks?
Yes.
With a roof?
There is a roof to it. You don't know if there's any roof access, but there is a roof.
Tiberius, can you turn me invisible now?
Well, we're still in the air, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. He's got to concentrate on that.
He's sitting on the carpet.
Yeah, but he's keeping
flying.
He's
him
thinking about
flying.
he's keeping him flying.
When I cast invisibility on you, that's when everything
I
happens.
understand.
Is that happening now?
God just
No.
falls from the air in the middle
So
of the
are we
camp.
floating above?
You guys
this
are currently
thing now?
Should we
floating about 100 to 150 feet above the war camp. You do not appear to have been noticed yet.
Get down there and wing it. Should we land on the roof, or do we land right outside the barracks door? What do we do?
Yeah, do it.
The
Seal
roof,
Team
roof,
6
roof,
out.
roof. The roof.
You guys
the
want to
roof.
stay up and we'll go down?
You go. Yes.
Yeah?
Well, we can start on the roof. That way that gives us time
But
to...
I can't go invisible while you're flying.
Who needs you to be invisible? You're a stealthy bastard.
No, we land on the roof, we get on there, and I cast invisibility on him, and then you go do your thing.
We're running the risk of, as we come down, Droga are going, "Ugh."
So we would risk that anyway. That's true. Either way.
I'm so scared right now.
If we go down really fast, it's hard to
Why
do the math.
don't we land on the roof and we all lay flat except for the people that are going in and you cast invisibility.
This is the exact conversation they had when they were about to go kill Osama.
I still have... We're still in like a dark cloud.
Wait, I have an idea.
Oh god.
Oh god. Is there enough weight for me to get on the carpet for this point?
Fucking stressful.
You can certainly try. There was a weight limit. You're not aware how much is on it.
Yes, I do. It's 1,000 pounds.
You don't know how much weight is on there total between you.
Right. Everybody, how much do you weigh?
Don't ask a woman this.
I'm sorry, Your Highness, but I need to know. The idea is if I could step off on the carpet and hang with you guys, then Grog, you can float down to the what do we call it? Take Vax here, and then I can... Oh shit! I need to be near you to cast it. Damn it!
Let's just land on the roof.
Let's land on the roof.
We're gonna go in, we're gonna hit the roof. You turn me invisible, he turns him invisible, you guys light up the night.
We doing that
and
part?
we just do it, we just gotta go.
We're lighting up now?
Wait, you light up on the roof?
Once
On the
Let's
roof?
look for access first. Don't light up till we
we're
give the
still gonna
ghost
stay
sign.
stealthy.
Yes, we need to wait before we light up.
If anyone takes notice, then turn on the lights.
Yeah, to find a good place to light up.
By the
Do not
way,
light up until you see the black or greens of their eyes. Or
by the way, Clarota, you
light
have
up so we see
definitely
the green
picked
of
the
them.
right
Green of them.
people to assist
Yes.
you.
We're all shit.
You do not. There's no verbal response, but you do just emotionally sense a slight hint of regret emanating from the mind flayer.
We got this. All right, let's go land on the roof.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Go.
You guys descend. The hawk. The eagle flies down. You both. As part of the landing, everyone make a secondary stealth check.
Okay.
All right.
We still have plus 10?
You still have the spell.
Oh yes.
Oh, that was cocked.
Yeah.
20.
No.
You're a terrible
So.
person.
30.
Wow.
20.
I'm like those boobies that
With
crash
disadvantage,
land
right?
when they fall.
You roll with disadvantage.
Well, I rolled a 1.
Okay. 2
2
failures.
That's 15, 29.
23.
21.
28.
Without trace is the saving grace. A bit of a harsh landing from your perspective, but thankfully you have 2 small gnomes to break your fall. You drag them a little bit across the stonework on the top. It's not stonework, actually.
Stonework.
Most of this whole thing is stonework. It looks like the roof of this is made of like a thick, scavenged wood. Whether it was taken from the surface, from the mines itself, it is just wood planks that are all keeping the roof of this.
It's reclaimed. It's very nice.
If that thing sees us, though, it could be game over. I still think we should stick to the plan of blinding
Yeah, do it.
Yes.
So some of us need to go inside.
Well, can
you
we...
and I. You and I.
Yes.
Yeah, the 2
Check
go
out
inside.
See what's,
And if shit
what it's
goes
all
down,
about.
we light it up.
Yeah.
I will fucking yell into my earring if shit goes down.
Yeah, cool.
You guys go crazy.
Go.
Good call.
Okay.
Go
We
find
look
shit.
around for any roof access,
Stealth
roof
in.
entrance.
Okay.
Come on, chip it down.
Looking around, there is no roof entrance. It looks like it is purely a functional roof for any sort of weathering that may have, any rocks that may have tumbled. You do see there are a few small rocks and pieces of cavern that may have plummeted here. There's a small boulder.
No chimneys.
No chimneys, no nothing. There doesn't appear to be a fireplace or any sort of interior like that. Glancing over the sides, you can see that on the floor,
Yes.
which you can't really tell if there's 2 floors or not. It looks tall enough to have 2 floors, but you don't see a set of windows or anything that belies that to you. It may just be a really tall single floor. But there are a couple of small window openings, one on each side.
The ghost gun.
We're gonna go.
Tiberius, could you do me the favor of making me disappear?
Yes, when I do this, though, it's going to be very cool.
Holy shit, where are my hands?
Right?
That's amazing.
You immediately disappear from view. You just currently visually do not exist.
And you still have my butt.
We're laying flat on the roof, right?
You guys are on the roof now. You're fine. Your fly spell vanishes. You feel your weight return to you for a second. For a split moment, you're a little sad because you were having fun.
Is
was it done so?
we can see the window that we pick one of the sides. I don't know, west side.
Okay, west side.
Is the window? Is it a single pane? Is it an openable window?
As you glance over, it is just an opening. There is no glass.
Great.
There's nothing blocking the way. It is just. It is about roughly big enough to fit a normal-sized half-elf or human.
I take Scanlan by the scruff and swing him down.
I turn invisible.
Okay. So as you grab him and you're bringing him down, you cast invisibility on yourself. You both vanish now, and all the rest of you are kind of like holding your breath, hoping that now that you don't know what's happening, it's going to go well.
And I'm scaling in after him.
All right. Go ahead and just make a acrobatics check.
Please don't roll a 1. Please don't drop me.
18.
All right, yeah, you're fine. All right. You guys both you gingerly scale down the wall. The stones, thankfully, are just haphazardly put together where there's enough grip space for you to come
I
down.
have a climbing kit.
We're in.
Okay,
baby.
It's a little late for that, but okay. So you lower him down. You bring him inside. You step down through the opening into the center of a hallway.
We can't talk to each other.
Yes, we get a map finally.
And we can't signal each other, and we don't know where each other is.
Yes, you can.
I hold his hand.
We're holding hands. I'm leaning way down on the side.
Of course you are.
I'm holding his hand. Sam and I have done this before.
Yeah.
Matthew,
All right.
I use my earring.
Okay. I'm not going to talk back to you, so whatever you say.
Just to remind you of how these particular things work.
I love that
is
Scanlan.
I'm
with
not
his earring.
actually talking right now. It's a telepathic thing, so you can just talk to each other through the rings.
As the two of you step into this room, you look about you, and there are some ramshackle makeshift beds in the room, 5 to be exact, from right to left. This appears to be one portion of a barracks-type sleeping arrangement.
Okay.
The beds are empty. They're kind of tossed. They're not like well kept or anything. There's sheets kind of tossed about, and it smells awful in here. But
At first, I just heard Tiberius's voice in my head, so I'm going to test it out and think. Scanlan, can you hear me?
Can I hear him?
From
I heard
thoughts
Tiberius
only.
whispering about.
He's wearing one.
From thoughts only, can I hear him?
No.
I tug on his hand to keep going into the barracks.
Question for the.
And I noticed that his hand is weirdly cold and sweaty.
Yeah, not weirdly.
It's alright, you just learn to live with the stage fright. You never move
Past it. Should we pause right now?
You didn't bring your stuff? I didn't.
Come on in.
Go in.
Look, my sister's here.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Yay!
We'll bring you up to speed later. You're on the roof of Osama bin Laden's house.
Yes. So, question for the DM. I'm invisible. Do I need to stealth? Do I stealth? Is that a
There's still a stealth check because you're invisible, but noise is still a factor.
Okay.
You just have a severe. You have advantage on your stealth check.
Right. So I think we should probably stealth and start moving in.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
we
but
tug each
beyond
other.
being
We have to start
invisible,
moving.
both of you guys make your stealth checks.
Stealth check.
I'm not that. Tell each other.
I mean, I'm invisible, and I rolled a 5.
You have an advantage. You roll twice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because you're both invisible.
Plus what?
It's better. 13.
All right. 28.
All right. You both feel your stealth. Are you going into? There is one opening into a hallway here.
Yeah. Do we have the? Anyone have a laser light?
Yep.
Right.
Squeeze it together.
Okay.
The two ends. They press the little button.
Squeeze it together. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna go down here.
Down to this hallway.
And,
All right, as you guys step out, you can see immediately there are 2 Duragar guards right by a door that leads to a central chamber.
So we're gonna go this way.
All right. You guys
And,
shift to this side. You immediately see
Although you guys have different colored lights.
2 more Duragar guards.
All right, I'm inching up to the. I'm pulling Scanlan behind me, but I'm inching up to this door and just peeking through, and seeing what I can see.
Okay, looking inside, you can see these small symbols are like basically just redstone, the glowstone that lights the underground caverns here, and
Yes.
a large portion of Craghammer are just embedded in the wall in a small sconce. Peering through here, you see one against the wall. You also see along the edges here what looks to be racks of spears and pikes and hammers and various war accoutrement and weapons just hanging, and there's a set of armor over a small, just kind of wooden arrangement. It's a way that the armor itself is just being stored there. This looks to be like a fast grab armory.
Okay. I pull Scanlan by the hand, and we enter into this room.
This is so romantic.
All right.
It's just like the day we met, Sam.
You guys enter?
Quietly walking this way. Past the door. That looks like the front door.
There's the front door. It is currently closed, though.
We're going to keep going this way.
Oh, man. We're flanking!
All right. He's going to go this way. There is one Duragar here. There doesn't appear to be a doorway or entrance to the central chamber on this side of the hallway.
That's pretty good.
Okay. I still have the pitch in a bucket. The shit in a bucket in my hand, by the way.
I mean, we can take these guys. I'm not worried about that.
But we can make noise.
Yes.
How far apart are the two Duragar who are standing at that door?
Right there?
Yes.
They're about 5 feet apart, just enough space, like one's on each side of the doorway.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, what are those red things right there?
Those are the small sconces with the glowstone, the redstone that lights the...
So we're trying to get there.
Greater invisibility, so you can attack and you'll still be invisible.
Okay. I pull a gold coin out of my pocket and throw it in this corner of the
Straight up Metal Gear.
Yeah!
All right. Go ahead and just make a general dexterity check.
Yeah. Okay, and because of Keyleth, I have advantage, correct?
Yes.
Yes. You sure do.
Okay. Okay, so this is, what is this?
Just add your dexterity modifier to it, which I think is 5.
Okay, so that's a 17.
All right, you... Swinging sound. Both of the Duragar kind of look over.
What's that?
They look back at each other.
What's over there?
Grunt for a second. This one nods her head and begins walking over to inspect it. This one stays at its post.
Must have been my imagination.
All right. I pull Scanlan behind me and tiptoe right behind this
do it.
asshole.
Do it.
Kept you waiting.
Put it in him.
And take out my vorpal blade and reach out and grab him by the hair and stick it in the back of his neck.
You've got my dice. You've got my dice.
All right. So, as you reach up, you grasp the back of it. This really nasty, wiry, thick Duragar hair.
I am so tense right now. I'm so tense.
You yank the head back and take the base of the blade. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh!
It's a surprise roll, so you have advantage on the attack.
Thank God. Okay, good.
And I believe you have a bonus to if you get the attack.
Yes.
Stealth
I get,
sneak attack?
Well, I get. Yes, I get advantage, but you can't triple up on advantage, I believe. Sorry.
No. That's right, book.
What was that?
That was to freak you out, huh? All right, so just double checking here as part of your ability.
Remember, every 50 subscribers gets a free yellow.
Subscribe now, kids.
What is that?
If you
flash?
score a hit
like
against a
this.
creature that is surprised, it is a critical hit. That's the other thing I was going to mention.
Oh, thank you. All right, so this isn't a dexterity check. This is an attack.
This is an attack.
This is an attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a 26.
Oh, man,
That is going to hit, and that is a critical hit. Go ahead and roll damage with sneak attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Die.
Okay. I'm sweating. Okay, that's 2 plus 7 is 9. That's 9. That's just that part. Okay. 6, 7, 9, 14, 19. Which is what's double? The sneak attack damage?
The sneak attack damage and the dice damage.
And the dice damage. 19 plus 26. This guy's 52.
Oh!
52!
As you pull the head back, you can hear a slight guttural is about as much noise as can make it out before the blade just right out the front of his throat, blocking any passage of the air.
Twist it.
As you hold it, you twist the blade. He goes limp in your hand, but you catch it and keep holding it there so he doesn't make any noise. You're now clutching a dead Duragar.
Easy.
Night. Oh yeah.
Like he's standing there.
I just had a thought. I'm going to sit him back against the wall and let him slide against it and just grab Scanlan and into the room.
into this room?
Yes.
Okay.
Scanlan. I think you're
So
about to get a costume
he's still
change.
standing up, kind of.
Why is,
All right.
why is he leading Scanlan? And what's happening? I'm sorry.
While I'm invisible, I look
risking
around
it
for
all,
traps. I'm just gonna see if there's any trap doors.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
That's what we do.
Not great.
I got a 28.
9.
Okay. You notice no traps. What you do notice, though, is there's a giant kind of war room table at the top of this raised platform. It's about 6 feet up, and there's a stairway that leads up to it. You see at the table one of the Illithid mind flayers, the armored general that you saw before.
General!
And there are 2 other Durgar currently at the table. They're in the middle of an excused discussion.
Stay invisible.
Do we can't communicate.
You guys have got seconds until the other guard
we
comes
can't
back.
talk. We can't talk.
You hear
so
footsteps behind you.
I put the bucket of shit into Scanlan's hands.
What are you doing with
I'm gonna give him a little nudge, gentle little nudge.
I
He says no.
step forward into the room and I hurl it at the fucker's face. The general,
And I'm
the mind
rolling
controller's
behind him
face.
at the same time, behind the Illithid, ready to go.
So you go up here as well?
Yeah, oh yeah, behind him, behind him.
Okay, so you dart up behind. Make a stealth check, both of you.
Oh god.
With advantage.
Oh god, Robert's dead.
Oh yeah. Wait, do we get the plus 10 to stealth?
No. Plus
No.
advantage. Oh, thank God.
19.
He
I'm
gets
using
advantage.
Scanlan's advantage, so 16, 29.
Okay. You slink up behind, seemingly unnoticed. There's a slight twitch to the Mind Flayer's head for a second as you go ahead and take a big old
bucket of shit
and fling it. Go ahead and make an attack roll. Just
attack roll?
Or it would be you're not proficient with you're not proficient with goblin shit buckets, unfortunately. So just go ahead and roll a d20 and add your dexterity.
My dexterity?
What was it? Dexterity or strength is higher. Strength higher?
No. Strength. Strength is not higher for me. Oh, it is higher. So 19.
19. Alrighty.
Oh my god.
You fling it as the invisibility spell wears off of you as part of the attack. You
No.
fling the bucket. A spray of thick, gooey goblin fecal matter goes streaking through the air as the Illithid turns with its eyes wide to see you suddenly appear, and then suddenly see this entire batch of thick goblin shit just whoosh across its face. Suddenly you see its tentacles writhing as it goes, and as it screams, all of you hear in your head a scream.
I'm stabbing!
As
Cast Stone Skin immediately.
all right, as this happens, you start cast Stone Skin. You go in for the blade, and you hear a counter voice in your mind.
Fuck.
Clarota, go.
I
Roll
cast
your attack.
light on Grog's head!
Your head comes to an
Anything else?
extremely
Cast
bright glow.
everything.
All of you averting your gaze.
This is stealth, right? Stealth for me?
Yes.
Okay.
No, you are invisible. So
Okay. No, okay.
You're a daylight golem!
29! Yes! 29!
that definitely rolls to hit. You had surprise. Go ahead and roll.
And it's a critical, right? I'm
It's a
assassinating
critical,
this motherfucker.
technically. Yep.
Yeah. Which way should we go
Wait,
down?
are we going for the general?
The Illithid
The
can
Illithid.
control
The
us
Illithid.
all.
Okay, yes.
All right.
Should we go in?
We don't know anything.
So roll damage on this.
Roll my damage.
Oh, we can act on that.
And I
Yeah.
Yeah. Stone Skin, light on
Rage.
its head.
Rage.
It's going into a rage.
Daylight on my shield.
Daylight on your shield.
I'm so happy to be here.
I will say, for the purposes of this battle, there is no trinket here because trinket would not have fit across the way to get there.
Okay.
So just be aware.
arrow?
Yes, and you have an entrapment arrow now.
Okay, I get ready for that.
Okay. Cool.
DM 62 into the
Come on. Ow.
Literally.
You take the blade, and as it pierces the back.
Oh, it's a poison one, by the way.
Okay. It pierces the back of its skull. You feel all the muscles in its neck tense in reaction to the blade, but the blade slips past. You can see a gout of purplish black blood begin to spill from its neck as it instinctually reaches up and pulls the blade from the back of its head. What's the DC on the poison?
It's I have no idea.
Should be on the blade info.
Poison dagger.
Poison dagger.
I think it's 15. It's 15.
15. Okay. The poison does not seem to take effect. Its body resists it. It is still alive, but it looks like it's like clutching the back of its neck as it turns around, looking at you, going. you can see just blood spurting out of its mouth, and his eyes are now just burning with rage. All the rest of these Duragar are now reaching and pulling their weapons out. Everyone roll initiative.
Natural 20!
Oh, shit.
Let's kill some bad guys.
All right, so 25 to 20?
20.
20?
Natural 20.
Yeah, but you have no bonuses. You should have your dex bonus too.
Oh, yeah, that's a 25.
25, there we go. So I'm gonna say you're probably going first, buddy. Yeah! All right, 25 to 20, no one else?
Oh, I think I got like a 21.
What'd you roll?
I rolled 16 plus.
Yep, that'd be 21, yeah. All right, so... 19, anyone?
19!
19, nice.
You're gonna wing it.
18, anyone?
18.
Nice.
I got 16.
Do you have like a picture or like a file anywhere saved of jack shit of your sheet?
It's okay. All right.
We're in the fort camp.
We all landed on the top of their main building.
All right. So, what's your?
14. Yeah, remember that
14?
orc ship we were fucking with?
16. All right. So Tiberius. Scanlan. What was yours?
9.
9.
Also 9.
That's where we're at.
Not
All right.
brag.
Actually, it's first two.
Pike and I are at a 9.
All right. Top of the round is Vax with initiative.
Nice. In the back of his head some more. I'm still invisible according to Tiberius' greater invisibility.
No. As soon as I catch Stone Skin,
okay, well,
you were attacking. That's why I said this is all going to happen.
You are now visible.
Yep.
Okay, but
you are not
stabbing
stealth.
in the back of the head. Do I get for assassinate? Do I get the critical still here, DM? Or?
No, you've gotten the one hit. It is completely aware of you. It is not a surprise attack.
So that's a 28.
It is so aware of you. It has never been more aware of you in its life.
I just rolled a 28.
Okay, that definitely hits. And attacking with your offhand?
Oh, so this is my bonus attack?
Yeah, you get the one attack and you get the bonus hand.
Okay, so
which
this
is just dice damage.
Okay, this is fire. My flame tongue dagger. I got 2 plus 6 is 8.
8. All right. All right. And your other attack? Are you doing your bonus attack, or do you just?
Was that the bonus attack, or was that my main attack?
No, this is your new combat round. That was your main attack.
So that's a 9, and here comes my bonus attack. Okay, 14.
Kill him.
24.
Kill him.
24 hits.
Yeah. Here comes
Kill
my
that
keen
mother
dagger, which is an 8.
8 damage? Yes. Okay. So the first strike, you swing across with the flame tongue dagger. As it backs up, you put another gash across the front of its neck and chest area. It reels back and it's looking at you with angry fury. You feel this coming shake, this horrible force of severe retribution coming to your mind. And as you're bracing for it, you take your other blade. You see its mouth opens up with frustration and anger as its tentacles kind of curl back, ready to just go in for the grab. And you place the blade squarely into that maw. You feel the scraping of its teeth across your knuckles, but it doesn't matter because whatever anger and light was once in its face goes dark and dark. As immediately it crumples to the ground, lifeless. You pull the blade from the maw. Mind flare down.
Yeah, Vax!
All right, that he was next, but not anymore. As it falls to the ground, all the rest of the Duragar immediately have a reaction. We'll get to their turn in a second. Vex, you're up. So you're on the roof up here right now.
You gotta get inside first.
We have to run down in.
Run down. You're on a wooden roof surface. There, from what you heard before, there are an entrance here and an entrance there.
Windows are swinging down in the board.
Unless Grog can just tear through the roof.
What was initiative?
It's wood.
You can hold initiative though.
I guess I'll hold to see what the hell is
Okay.
happening.
All right. So you'll hold on that. All right. It is now this dude's turn. The general. He, unaffected by this, it seems, just angrily leaps onto the table, runs across, and jumps down towards you.
Yes.
As he does, you see his physical form seems to enlarge. Like his actual small dwarvish form begins to swell, his muscles tense, and he's about the size of a normal person, if not a little bigger right now. He comes at you with this giant, black, jagged, metal warhammer. comes down to swing at you. As he comes down, you see it burst into flame. What? There's fire now surrounding the head of this warhammer as it arcs towards you. What? All right. That is going to be a 24 to hit.
Oh, it hits, but I use uncanny dodge to try to swoop out of the way as best I can.
Alrighty. You suffer...
Once around.
That would be 12 plus 6 fire damage. So, 18 reduced to 9. You take 9 damage from the strike.
Alright.
It's going, as it strikes down, it goes for a backswing to attack you a second time. And that is going to be a 15 versus AC. This time you just dodge completely out of the way. Dirge out of the way. Dirge.
Oh my god, I dirged.
Percy, you're up.
Just in case, I'm gonna push off and wait for Grog. So I'm holding my turn.
Okay. Grog, your turn.
Right, so we're on the roof of the thing, right?
Correct, you are.
I'm in a rage. I take the pot still on my head, and I pick up my axe, and I draw one gigantic smash through the roof of the building.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Come on,
God, yeah. Now
this
you,
is all you're
because
good
you
for.
are raging, you have advantage.
Plus?
This is all you're good for.
15.
15?
Yeah.
All right.
Come on.
What? 15.
You bring your axe up. You bring it down on top as hard as you can. Go ahead and roll axe damage.
Is that a d12?
It's a d12 plus your strength modifier. Plus 2 because you're raging.
Do I get an advantage on that?
No.
Oh,
7?
that's 2 because you're raging.
9 damage. Okay. As you swing the axe down, slam! It hits the wood with the sheer weight of you there, and most of you guys come to that point. The actual roof breaks open and splits in a small space. You slide down in the process.
I jump onto to Grog's foot.
All right. Go ahead. Both of you make an acrobatics check.
Oh, I wouldn't have had to do it. All right. Well, I'm in the building.
21.
Acrobatics check?
Yeah.
Okay. Pike, you have disadvantage because you're in plate armor.
6.
All right. So, Grog, you managed to land on your feet. Pike, you actually plummet off and fall off to the side right there.
Oh no.
You are currently prone, and from the fall, which you guys both drop down, you managed to reduce the damage, but you, from the fall, you take 8 points of fall damage.
Okay.
As you are now flat on your back, the wind knocked out of you for a minute.
Should've just
Pike!
stayed on the... I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay, thank God.
All right. That brings us now. Vex and Percy are at the same.
You first, or should I go first?
Let's go down at the same time.
We'll go. We both jump down at the same time.
Both jump down. Go ahead and make your acrobatics checks, guys.
20.
Oh, I rolled really bad.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 2, but I added to my acrobatics.
Yes, which is?
Which you don't know.
Which is like, I bet.
Right, your acrobatics is you're proficient in it, and you have a +5 dex. That would bring it to 11?
Yes.
Or no, 12.
Yes.
Wheaton power from the other room?
You just barely land on your feet. You do take fall damage, but you don't fall prone. You take 8 points of fall damage.
Okay.
Percy, you managed to land fine without any damage on your feet. On the ground. Both of you kind of 3-point landing, Avenger style.
Do I have time to get a shot off, or am I not?
You do. That was your movement.
Awesome.
So what's the deal?
Wow. I'm taking a second, and I see that Vax is getting attacked, and I'm gonna just take a shot at that guy with the hammer. The biggest thing I see.
Do you have your glasses or goggles on?
Yeah, I actually. Well, that's right. I have a helmet. So yeah, I'm wearing the helmet.
Okay.
Cool. I'm cool with that.
So go for it.
Do it, Star-Lord.
Oh, natural 20!
Against the general or against one of the Durgar?
The general. Guy on the table attacking me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just barely see him. The stairway's up there.
Doesn't matter as long as he has partial cover. Doesn't matter.
Right, I know, and he has 3/4 cover because of the distance, but you natural 20, so it doesn't matter.
And I also I can
And he
ignore
ignores that.
I ignore 3/4 cover.
You do because
I'm awesome.
You're a sniper.
Okay, so that's double 1d. I should have gotten some bonuses on that. I'm an idiot. +5. And it's just double dice damage.
Double dice damage, and then add your modifier at the end.
That's 19 points of damage
to the general. Nice.
Nice.
he gets shot in the back of the shoulder plate. You hear it ricochet, and a little bit of blood begins to streak off the back of his head. He looks over his shoulder with an angry grunt. You can see now this dwarf, who's still swelling in size, kind of looks over you with an angry nostril glare. You have your bow ready?
Yeah, I want to do lightning arrow on the guy attacking my brother.
That guy there?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Oh, I don't think I hit.
What'd you roll?
I had rolled a 4.
A 4. You had a plus 11 to
Yeah.
hit. So it'd be 15. Unfortunately, you miss. The arrow streaks past. Yeah. The arrow just ends up striking the wall back here and arcs lightning throughout the wall. Unfortunately, it does
I
not
hunter's mark him anyway, just for future stuff.
You used
that
your
was a bone.
used your bonus action to cast lightning arrow.
Oh, so I get a regular attack now?
Well, that was part of your regular attack. Like your next arrow you fire.
I get it.
You're going off book. This is cool.
Yeah, I'm going off foot.
Let me double check real fast just to be sure, so I don't want to screw you out of a cool turn.
That is mine.
Next time, bring your sheep.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, it's a bonus action to cast lightning arrow. It's your next arrow you fire. However, you do have 2 attacks, so you get to
so
shoot
I
a
can do
second
another-
time. Yeah,
okay.
it just doesn't affect by lightning arrow.
I roll 14.
That does hit. Go ahead and
Okay.
roll damage. It was 1d10 plus.
I think it was 1d8 actually.
Oh, for the long. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
1d8 plus 5 for your dex, and then plus 2 for the bow. It's plus 7.
10.
10 damage. All right. So the first arrow just streaks off, hits the wall. As he's kind of staring at Percy, he looks towards you, and as he does, the second arrow sticks into the plate, and he kind of looks at it and just snaps it off in the armor, grabbing his 2-handed sword, or the warhammer on the other hand. Minis, confusing. All right, that ends your turn. Grog, the light that is beaming from your helmet currently right now is filling up the room, and it is extremely bright. Most of you guys can handle it. You can see that all the Durgar at the table are like, ah! A bunch of Durgar come running in as well. As they run in, they're having to shield their eyes, but it's actually physically hurting them to be in that room right now. They're like, ah! Keeping it at bay. This one attempts to run in. This one's kind of making his way over. These guys here, this one's going to go ahead and run over to here. This one's going to go ahead and come to Grog. These two are going to come up behind. Yes. And this one.
Is that guy the general?
That guy's the general, yes. Okay. This one's going to come up behind to you. All right. They have disadvantage on their attacks.
Nice.
Because of the light. So attack.
Yeah.
Because
I'm so bright.
Exactly. Attack against you.
Yes.
You're the brightest tool in the shed today.
That is a 17 versus AC. You just dodge out of the way. Next one, come out of its war pick against you, Grog. That is 20 versus AC.
That hits.
That hits. All right. You take 8 points of damage as it slams you with its war peck in the chest. You can feel it kind of gets about a half an inch of depth into it, but you just kind of shrug it off and flex your muscles and it pops it out of your torso. All right, the 2 against you.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a 19 versus AC
Oh, yeah, that hits for sure.
and a 17 versus AC.
That.
All right, so you take 2 hits. That's 11 damage.
Okay.
And 13 damage as both of them start wailing you from behind with war picks.
Vexalia! I yell.
All right. Next up is the one that's attacking you.
Scanlan.
Scanlan. That's going to be at the disadvantage. A 15 versus armor class.
14.
14. It still strikes you.
No.
You take 8 points of damage from the war pick, slamming you over the shoulder.
Ah, I'm so awesome, Pike!
That ends their go. Tiberius, you're up.
I'm still on the roof, right?
You're still on the roof, yes.
What can I see from where like if I go around, what can I see?
You can look through the hole and you can see pretty much the entire battlefield. You're just up here looking down through it.
Oh, wonderful.
You're currently the only one still up there.
Yes, I think I'll stay right here. Thank you very much. How tall is the roof? How high is it? 15 feet? Like,
it's about 25 feet up.
Okay. Wonderful. So let me see here. This is fun.
You are technically, because I can do it.
You're going to use one of the little lifties, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
Bring the
Finally!
Fire. Bring the fire, Tiberius.
Toys.
Now he's getting out toys.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Come on, do something.
I'm waiting for him to do something because it's so
I
cool.
got him this for Christmas 2 years ago. And he's
You are
finally
up
using
here
it.
right now.
Awesome. Three-dimensional fighting.
Toys.
Is that visible?
Yeah. Sweet D&D rave.
Okay. I'm going to. I see the 2 guards behind Vex.
Yep.
Right? Is that what's going on?
Yep, right there.
And then the one guard in front of Grog. Is that what's going on too?
Yep, right there.
Great. I will cast. I cast Grand Columns under all 3 of those dudes and pin them right up against the roof with my columns.
Clever girl.
Okay, the
Pillars of it. Yes.
right,
Yeah, yeah.
but those pillars only go 15 feet up.
No, they go to 25.
25. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I always ask that question.
All right.
Yes. And they do, and it does 66 bludgeoning damage when it's pinned.
Yep.
Bye bye.
If they don't make their save.
All right. So, go ahead and what is your DC on that? Your spell DC.
17.
17. All right. All right. The hardiness of the Duergar resilience gives them advantage on saves against spells. They all make their saves.
What?
But they are still up on these platforms now, raised above. So what is... does it do any damage if they make their saves?
I'm ready right now. Because
Okay.
Come on, iPhone. Come on, iPhone.
You're supposed to know everything.
iPhone 5. It's the 5th edition.
What does it say? It doesn't. I guess it doesn't. It doesn't
Okay.
say.
So they are currently...
What is this madness?
Oh, you're crazy.
I'm putting them
Oh,
up.
wait a minute. No. Well, you make this call. If a pillar is prevented from reaching its full height because of a ceiling or other obstacle, a creature on the pillar takes 66 bludgeoning damage and is restrained, pinched between the pillar and obstacle. The restrained creature can use an action to make a strength or dexterity check against a spell save with their DC on success. The creature is no longer restrained and must either move off the pillar or fall off. So it still happens, but they're not pinned by it.
Gotcha. Okay, so go ahead and roll damage for all of them.
Woo!
Good to know. New spells that just got released.
It's magic in the walls. Magic in the...
So we'll say just keep tabs on them.
Awesome.
Both of those are consistent. Wait there. This was awesome. Up there.
27 damage.
27 damage?
Yeah.
All right. All 3 of the Durgar are crushed
To death?
against the ceiling.
I did 27 damage to each one.
To death?
Just splat, splat, splat. They're all slammed into the ceiling. You can see limp dwarf arms and legs now dangling out of these stone pillars that are now permanently embedding them into the ceiling.
This is a crazy room.
I go like this. Ha! I use 2 of my sorcerer points, and I cast Quicken Spell, and I look at the general, and because of my books I've been tinkering with, I cast Blight on his eyes.
Okay.
Because of water.
What's the DC is 17 you said?
Yes.
All right, natural 20. So he makes his save. What's the effect of light?
He takes 8d8 damage, and if he saves, he takes half that damage.
Okay.
What was it? 10, 15.
They were all 8s, right?
No.
Well, he does all of them and then
But you said
divides.
half.
8
But he rolls all of them
I
and
see.
divides.
Yeah,
I see.
15 plus, what is that? 10, 14, what is that?
Your first one was
29?
29.
29.
Okay. So we'll say for that solid 14 points of damage.
2.
All right, gotcha. All right. No other effect than just the damage from the blight, right?
Yeah, because he made a save.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. All right, Scanlan, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to, God, there's so few people to kill now. You did it all. Is it just us and the general?
Wait, that guy behind you though.
Just you guys.
I
The
can't really
general.
see anything.
There's a guy right behind you.
Okay.
Those guys got slammed, and
He's gonna swipe at you.
he's dead.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Dominate Person on the general.
Yeah, what does that do?
Oh, shit.
No.
He's a power top.
With advantage, you rolled a 1 and a 2 on the saving throw. That's ridiculous.
And
Okay.
I'm going to dominate him and inform him. I can give him a command. right? Yeah.
No, you can make him do whatever.
I'm going to tell him to stand down and tell all of his allies to stand down.
All right. He turns around, gives you a look, a strange look, and goes,
Men, all of you, drop your weapons! Now, we are surrendering to our new infiltrators.
He throws his warhammer to the ground. The rest of them all kind of look around. Go ahead, and I'm going to have you make intimidation check on his behalf.
Okay. On his behalf?
Yes.
Do I add mine?
No, I'm just considering that. So you rolled an 11?
11.
Okay. The three other Durgar look confused, look at the dead Mind Flayer, look at their general telling them to surrender, and they all kind of throw their weapons to the ground and stand there, kind of with their arms to the side, kind of waiting for what's going to happen next. As you finish that, Clarota slowly drifts
Clarota,
down.
thanks for all the fucking help, dude.
Oh no.
This is just a mini boss.
This is gonna be bad. I feel like he's gonna.
Clarota just kind of looks around, assesses it, and you hear this voice in your mind go,
I had my doubts, but well done.
Thank you. So, that ends that turn. Scanlan, do you want to move at all? You're going to stay where you are?
I'm going to stay where... Well, I'm going to move just a couple feet away from the guy right behind me, and I'm going to, as my bonus action, might as well give Grog some dice. And also just tell everyone, remember, let's not kill the general. We need him for information.
Probably if anyone tries to hit him, he'll snap out of it.
Yeah.
So.
That's it.
All right.
I also take a little poo in my pants.
Okay.
Small.
Kilo.
This is still a battle, even though
Yeah.
no combatants.
And if
What
you
do
guys
we
are
do?
deciding not to fight anymore, what's your plan?
What do we do?
I come on down and I say, "Good work, guys. That was cool. That was great."
He's under my spell.
Perhaps we should tie him up.
That's what I was gonna say. I cast Grasping Vine, and I just take a vine and I tie his hands behind his back and kind of grapple him.
So that'll break the spell.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm not damaging him. I'm just
hugging him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hugging him with vine.
With vines.
All right.
Vine hugs.
So, as this is happening, you guys feel a familiar tremble.
Oh no. Be quiet.
In the ground.
DM is out of his mind.
Everyone make a stealth check.
Damn it.
Oh, that's a 20.
That is a 20.
Oh. This is the second time
That's
I've
a
rolled a
1.
1 on my stealth check.
Wow.
I'm not stealthy
17.
today.
18.
19.
14.
23.
Pretty good overall.
2.
22.
All right.
Yeah.
It's 2 feels.
Yeah.
All right. So, there's the rumble gets louder and louder, and you can see the Durer kind of looking around nervously. And the rumbling kind of fades for a second. And with the cacophonous cracking sound, the stone floor beneath you splits open. Yeah! Right here. Percy, make an acrobatics check to try and avoid whatever is coming through.
Whatever. It's a dragon.
18.
It's a worm.
All right, you managed to just pull out of the way.
Yes.
As a large,
What the fuck?
a large armored, four-legged creature comes bursting out of the ground around you.
Oh, great, it's a rock butthole.
You get this horrible screeching growl as this kind of hungry look in its eyes.
Can I reactionary real quick, take my Grasping Vine and just lift him and kind of put him in the corner to keep the general safe?
Unfortunately, no.
Is he rooted when that happens?
He is currently
Rooted.
he is considered grappled.
I have a question.
Holding there.
I was just trying to keep him safe.
Take a potty break before.
What potty break? Where are you? We get no breaks tonight.
No breaks.
No breaks.
Just go through.
We're pushing through.
We're pushing through.
If you need a bottle.
Exercise your Kegels.
If you really need to go, you can. When it's not your turn.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Just pee on Ashley. It's okay.
First
Yeah.
attack. No, feet on.
So,
I know.
as this entity comes burrowing up from underneath the ground,
Go get. Me too.
it immediately makes a
Oh, damn it.
strike against.
Guys, this is so exciting. And Laura has no idea what's going on.
No clue.
It's going to be a bite attack against you, Percy.
Okay.
That is. Alright, 24 versus armor class.
Shit, I didn't think.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright, as you reactively attempt to move out of the way, this creature comes tearing out of the ground, gets its bearings, rears back, and this giant toothy maw comes clamping down onto your entire torso. You suffer 36 points of piercing damage.
Oh!
Shit!
36?
36 points of piercing damage. That's going to end its turn.
Shit.
Pike, you're up.
Okay, well,
That hurt.
I'm still prone.
You are prone. You use your movement to get back up.
Okay, so I'll use my movement to get back up.
Alrighty.
And then, do I also get an attack for doing that, or?
Yeah, you still have your action. In your bonus action.
or
That's just
do
your move.
Okay. I will, I'm gonna use Guiding Bolt, and I'm gonna shoot that thing.
Alright, go ahead and roll for the attack.
Okay.
That's my girlfriend.
Come on,
Does this
Pike.
guy appear to be messed up by the daylight at all?
Okay. Do I add anything?
You add your spell attack modifiers on your spell sheet. So top of your spell sheet.
Sorry, guys. Oh, sweet. Okay, so that would be 25.
That definitely hits.
Okay.
So, guiding bolt, what's that do?
So I roll. Where'd it go? I roll 4d6. I roll 46.
4d6, go ahead and do that.
Yes. 16.
16, alright. So, you reach back, clutching your holy symbol. After you get back off the ground, release your hand as this suddenly flaring blast of divine energy comes cascading out of the front of your palm, blasting into the side of the face, nearly searing one of the eyes of the creature. It rears back, bringing one leg up instinctually. Slams the ground in the process. How you doing? That's disadvantage to your next attack.
Wait, what are you at?
I'm at 38.
It lands, puts its foot back on the ground, and kind of gears its attention towards you. It's looking angrily around the room for what should be its next meal. Anything else you want to do?
Can I give him a healing potion? Can I heal him?
He's too far away. You could use your bonus action if you want to use Healing Word.
Okay, I'll use healing word.
Okay, so
Yeah.
go ahead and roll that for him. While you're doing that, brings us... Alright, so... Clarota now gets its action.
Yeah, Clarota!
Clarota now looks wide-eyed seeing this happen. You hear a slight voice in the back of your head go, "This is complicated." As it rears back, you hear the slight echoing, screeching sound that just manages to skirt the outside of your mental capacity. You feel like if you were any closer or if it was towards you, it would be a horrible ringing pain in your head. You're just peripheral to it. It makes its attack. Unfortunately, the exterior of the bullet and or its mind shielding is too strong. It seems to have no effect on the creature.
Damn it.
Clarota.
A bullet? Is that what you
Bullet
just called
is
it?
the entity.
Bullet?
Clarence.
That ends his turn. Top of the round, Vax.
Okay, I think. Where's the laser? Here it is. It looks like I have just enough squares to go 1, 2, 3. Who's this right here?
That's a
Bad
Durgar.
guy.
Weapon on the ground, not armed right now.
Can I get to here on a turn? I can't tell.
What's your movement?
It's 30 feet.
30 feet, you...
Oh, I'll use my bonus action to click my haste boots together.
Okay, then you can definitely do that.
Okay, and since Percy is right up against it, I'm able to deal sneak attack damage because there's another one of its foes.
Exactly. Yes, it is. You don't get advantage on the attack, but if you attack, do hit, you can.
So I'm going to try to strike him in his underbelly.
All right.
That's,
And even the underbelly itself is heavily armored. You're having to kind of gauge quickly where the plate is.
20.
20?
Yes.
20 hits. Go ahead and roll with your sneak attack damage.
So 20 hits.
Okay. Oh, and it was never mind. So 3. That's 10. There we go. 3. 8. 12. 22.
22 damage? Alrighty. Got it. Cool. That brings us to... Alright, the general is going to attempt to make its saving throw.
Shit. You can do that?
Every time he gets a turn, it has a chance to break out of the... and he
Bullet
does.
don't give a shit.
Oh, he broke out?
He broke out.
So
He shrugs off the mental influence of the Dominate spell.
Oh.
However, he is not currently armed. He uses his movement, or uses his action to pick up the Warhammer. Fury and anger is in his eyes.
He's still grappled.
No, he just broke out, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
from the grapple too?
Yeah. He uses a whole turn to break out of the grapple and grab his weapon. That's all he can do.
Where is he?
Right there.
To fight
But
the
he
bullet
fought-
or to
You have no
turn on
idea.
it? Oh, we don't know. No.
He might team up with
He
the
could just be
Yeah.
reacting to the bullet.
Yeah, the flames and the hammer are out too, but it picks up the Warhammer. It's
Yeah, we got
whole
our
black
Davy
steel
Jones
currently.
in the room. He'll take care of the dwarves.
Let me see. That brings us to... Grog.
Kitty! I would like to go into a frenzied rage and charge at Clifford the big red dog.
You leap off the higher platform, come rushing out with your axe in the air as you come down, using the full weight of your body behind the attack. Go ahead and roll your 3 attacks.
Alright,
Come on.
9, 8, 17.
I mean, you have 1 dice from me. I've inspired you.
Oh.
Pop it up.
Grog.
What, is it a 20 or is it a what?
Grog.
Yeah, you get to add a
I hit
d8
with
to an
a
attack
20,
roll.
I hit with a
If
20.
you have a shitty attack roll, add a d8 to it. If you have a shitty roll.
17.
Grog! Smash
17?
right through his
Just
plate
barely
thingy!
hits.
Okay.
Okay. 17.
19.
Hits. All 3 attacks hit.
Yeah, that one hits. 16
Yeah.
plus 8.
Yeah, so all 3 attacks hit. Roll damage for 3 hits. As you come down, just slamming your great axe into the side of this armored beast, just over and over again, cleaving this nice little wide section of its armor on the side.
Dice fucking head off. 14, 21. 21 again.
What?
22. 13.
Oh, so 22, 21, and 14.
Whoa.
Okay.
I was doing his math.
21, 22, and 14, you said?
57? No,
That's-
57?
57.
Yeah, I don't want
57
to do
points
math
of
and
damage.
show you all up.
All right.
He's a level 9 barbarian.
So, slamming, you can see a portion of its side armor splits, and you can see a little bit of that dark red, fleshy interior. You do a significant amount of damage and leave a nice little weak point in its armor. However, it still doesn't seem to be entirely phazed by the damage, and just kind of like shrugs at the damage and kind of glares at you for a second. One of his eyes that was focused on Percy and Keyleth now
Hello.
looks over at you, Jurassic Park style, with the T-Rex up in the side of the vehicle. Vex.
I back up a little bit. Yeah, like that.
All right.
And I'm gonna cast Hail of Thorns on him.
Okay.
Sounds
Right?
nasty.
So I'm gonna shoot like a regular attack.
So your bonus action to cast Hail of Thorns, and then you now
1,000
make the attack with the arrow.
needles,
Go
yes.
for
Right,
it.
exactly.
She's bundling something up.
You're adding 11 to it.
Okay, good. Then that'd be. I'm adding 11? 18.
18? 18 hits?
Yes. So I was casting that as a level 3 spell.
Okay.
I rolled 3d. That means I would roll 3d10
Okay, against the creature?
against 14, which is my is my spell level being
Right. Okay.
3d10?
Yeah, 1d10 for damage.
Yep, go for it.
Let's get 3 10s, please.
That's an 8 sided dice.
Yeah.
That is an 8-sided dice.
There you go.
8, 9,
13.
and 8. Ooh!
That'd be 25.
Sweet, and I get another attack.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that.
That's a bit.
There. Yeah,
Nice! All right, go ahead and roll damage, double the dice, and add your modifier of 7.
That arrow just went slow-mo.
Double the dice. 15.
15. All right. So what happens here is you
man.
you pull the bow and arrow out. As you whisper a couple of words under your breath, you see all these thorny spikes begin to shoot out the shaft of the arrow. You release it, and as it strikes in the front of its face, the arrow actually splinters, sending a bunch of these thorns all over its torso, piercing an inch or two into its armor with each blast of these thorns. It kind of rears back and tries to shake itself off. As it does, you get a little bit of a look as Grog backs away from it, shaking to see the wound he left. You take your secondary arrow, aim for the red soft spot, boom, slips right past the armored plating, doing the extra damage on the interior of its physical self. Awesome. That's your turn, I believe. That's all your actions.
Good turn.
Percy, you're up.
Okay, is my hand still stuck in its mouth?
I
would like it to be.
If you'd like to, yeah. You could have left it there.
So, do I have an advantage to hit if my gun is in its mouth?
You are considered grappled if you leave your hand there. You can remain grappled for advantage on the attack roll.
Done.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I get to roll twice,
Yep.
right?
Yes, you do.
There's a whole new meaning to point blank.
Man.
Come on.
19.
19, that'll hit.
Okay, I spent some grit on this and
Okay.
did some interesting
How
modifiers.
much grit did you spend?
2 points of grit.
Okay. This is the
This is the dead shot.
Okay.
And I also took a negative. I took a negative 5 to hit for a plus 10 damage to this shot.
Okay.
And I'm using my fire modifier.
Okay.
Not being an asshole.
Okay.
So
That's amazing.
He's Samus blasting right now.
Yeah.
that's
Come on, come down. Ooh.
16, that's 20, 35 points of fire damage inside of its mouth.
So, your hand inside, you pull back and fire, knowing which barrel's next. You hear this dull sound, and its eyes kind of pulse for a second with intense fury and pain. Smoke just billows out the sides of its mouth and its nostrils, and it begins to kind of shake its head, lifting you about a foot off the ground painfully, but you think it's worth the deal. Well done.
Thank
Just
you.
turned him into a Texas
man.
cartoon.
I will say that ends your turn.
Thank you,
Damn it.
Gary Gygax, wherever you are, for making this game.
All right. The Durgar, currently seeing the situation and the change of tone, go and grab their weapons.
Change of tone. Shit got real.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
This Durgar is going to move up back to you, Scanlan, as it sees that you were the one that took over the general now.
Bring it.
This one comes rushing in.
Don't they see the big thing? Bring a tank in the room.
There's a bigger problem, bro.
Opportunist, man. And rushes after you, actually.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be
All right,
friends?
the attack against you, Scanlan. That is going to be a 17 versus AC.
Yep.
All right, this one is actually also physically growing in size as it comes towards you.
It's getting hard.
You suffer. All right.
Around you, always.
16 points of damage.
Such a bummer.
As the war pick comes slamming into your side. You can see it's coming, but you're just not fast
It's okay,
enough, and it
he's
hits you
just
with such an
right
impact. You may have cracked a rib, you're not sure. The one that's coming up against you rolls. That is going to be a 17 versus armor class. You see it and just duck out of the way as its war pick slams into the stone wall next to you with a horrible screeching stone sound. High AC rogue, yo. All right, that ends their turn. Tiberius, you're up.
I'm looking in, I'm like, oh, that's not good. I look at where he made the crack in the armor. Where is that? Is that on the head?
It's in the head area right over here. Yeah.
Right. Awesome. I'm going to kind of motion towards the mind flayer and give a telepathic wink.
It is on the ground.
Yeah. I don't know. With my
Are you
like
flirting with it?
All right, you make a telepathic wink.
And I'm going to cast telekinesis, and I'm going to pry open the metal. I'm not going to target the creature. I'm going to target the armor.
The armor?
And
interesting thought. Okay, let's see if it. And what the 17 is the DC?
Yes.
This could be cool.
All right, it fails. So here's what happens. For the effect of this, it suffers. I'm going to say it suffers about 2d6 points of damage from the tearing.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that.
6 damage.
Okay, so 6 damage. However, you have effectively reduced its armor class by 5.
Yes!
In doing so.
And I'm going to spend 2 more sorcery points. I'm going to do Quicken Spell again, and I'm going to do a. I'm gonna do Firebolt right in the hole.
Go for it.
And I'm going to use my meta magic wand to empower the spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Yes, so many dice, it's crazy.
Oh, that hits.
Yeah.
I have a 19.
Actually, I was about to say, does that crit? Does there 19 crit, or does
No.
No.
Okay.
No, I got it.
Usually almost
That's like a rogue
20s only
thing.
crit, except for I think he has a bonus ability.
I
Critical roll,
I don't
by
think
the
you
way.
do not in the new rules.
Name of the show.
Oh, not in the new rule?
No. It's okay. You're good and you're a fighter, which means eventually you'll end up with 4 attacks per round anyway. So you're fine.
I can't do that. Other special
I'm
thing.
looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Actually, okay, and then 1d.
All right, David, what you got?
Where's
Scanlan, you're on deck, by the way.
Oh, I'm ready.
I zap him for 1.
Okay.
Oh wait, no! I empowered it. Full. It takes 10 damage because I hit.
All right, cool.
Because I empowered the spell.
That's right. All right, so as you pull down with the ray, it streaks down across the ceiling portion of the building, right into the kind of fleshy, exposed part of its armor. And now it looks like it has this giant, jagged scar inside of its head where you can see muscle and sinew pulsing with each of its movements. You blast into it, you can see this darkened black portion of its interior flesh is now charred, and slight embers are beginning to percolate and burn on the outskirts of the impact wound. Well done. You gonna stay where you are?
Work.
Yes.
All right, Scanlan, what you got?
Okay, I know he'll get a hit on me, but I'm going to run away from the guy behind me, run straight at the general, and just open out my arms in an outstretched big hug. And I'm like, come here, big guy, come here. And I give him a big hug, and upon touching him, I cast Banishment on him and send him to another dimension.
Nice!
All right. So, as you move away, the Duragar is going to attempt to make, as a reaction, to make an attack on you.
Okay, it's all cool for Pike.
That's going to be a 13% armor class.
Does not hit.
You just hear it coming as you're walking, buddy. Whoosh. Duck under the war pick for its with advantage on its saving throw. What's the DC?
DC?
The DC on your spell?
Well, if I'm doing it through
Through
my
your arm?
cone, it's 19.
I will say for this, you do not have it through your cone because you had your arms
Okay,
open. You
you're
didn't
right.
specify.
17.
However, it still fails its saving throw.
Nice.
The general, as you reach up, he has his war pick ready. Pulls back its war pick as the flames burst in, and then blinks out of existence.
Nice move.
One down.
He's gone! Oh! Where did he go? I don't know.
How long does that last, by the way?
It's concentration spell.
Okay.
It's a concentration.
All right. So,
Scanlan
Shorthawk
playing
Vegas, ladies and gentlemen.
Do I get a bonus? No.
You do have a bonus action.
Okay, I'm just gonna sing a little ditty, to Pike, just to give her a little inspiration. And just do some pelvic thrusting, a little. That's a flute, by the way.
All right. There you go. Super impressive. Play that way. His electric flute gives you a D8 inspiration dice, so you can add that to any attack roll, saving throws, or.
You're amazing.
Sweet licks on your flute. Hey.
I forgot. Drink my water. All right. So, Keelan.
So, upon seeing this big thing crash in, and I'm like, oh. And I get really angry, but I just kind of analyze him, and I say, okay. And then I go,
aggressive.
And I turn into a rhinoceros.
Yes! Okay. I don't have a rhinoceros mini on me, so we'll use a bear for the time being, but we'll know it's a rhinoceros.
Why don't you have a rhinoceros?
Because I was not prepared for such
Jesus,
things.
way to slack off, Mercer.
Hey, I'm gonna order a rhinoceros now. Okay, are you happy? I'm gonna go to Toys R Us.
Get the whole animal collection. You can actually buy them. You get the whole series.
All right, so you transform into a rhinoceros, now basically facing an armored beast with another armored beast.
Yes.
Kaiju battle.
Yeah. What you got? What you doing?
I'm charging him.
Make the L.
Okay.
Activity in the breach.
You leap down,
the rhino say?
go in for the attack. This Duragar already used its reaction, so it can't attack you.
So if he fails to save, I knock him over. That's +7, so 19.
19 does hit.
Awesome.
Does save though. It's not knocked over.
A strength save?
Yeah.
Okay, but
There's a big creature.
He does. I do 2d8 of bludgeoning damage.
Go for it.
Plus 5. 7, 9, 14 damage.
14 damage already. You have multi-attack, or did you get the one hit? The charge?
Well, not charge. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so the charge is one hit. Okay. But you slam into it, your horn gores. You can see, actually, you slam it into the side of the armor wound that Grog left, and then Tiberius pried open. Part of it gets pulled back, and you see a squick splatter of some sort of bloody splash as you're starting to actually pull apart its interior. The horn is jagged in there, and it managed to shrug it off the ass point. But you do a significant gore to its side. All right. Now it's its turn. Okay.
No, that's right.
All right. It.
It's actually 15 damage. I always forget this.
15?
Plus 1 to it.
There you go. Yeah, don't forget that. You need to remember that.
I just realized that I can look at this.
All right. After taking the arrow wound and everyone else attacking around it, it's going to try and get a different situation. It's going to jump. It rears back and leaps into the air.
Oh, Jesus.
Landing right on top of Chlorota and Scanlan.
Oh no! He just jumped over.
Wait, does he get a? Do we get a?
You guys all get attacks on it as it jumps away.
Awesome.
Do we all get attacked?
Yes, you do.
Do I?
No, you do not.
We get advantage, right?
No.
Did he take me with? No, he didn't take me. Okay.
No, actually, you are still in its hand, in its mouth. It carries you with it.
Whoa!
19.
Okay, so 19, you hit.
24.
Hit.
26.
Hit. And,
I too?
No, that's the three of you. Yes, that's it. So all you guys just roll damage for a basic attack.
Come on, kill him before he gets
24.
Well, I was right, so 14.
24 damage? 24 damage, you said?
24 damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was I close enough to him to get an attack?
No, you weren't, unfortunately.
11.
11, already. And
Dang.
17.
17.
Yeah.
All right. So as it lands, all of you guys have to make a strength or dex saving throw, your choice. For Percy,
Dex,
and Scanlan, and I'm rolling for Chlorota. Chlorota fails.
20.
It's okay, Scanlan. It's okay. It's okay, you can do this. All right.
Don't destroy
What'd you
the
roll?
android.
20.
20, okay.
He's coming back from the other dimension. I only rolled a 9.
Okay.
The one hit the floor, or did you roll again?
No, I used the one that rolled on the
Roll
floor.
it on the table.
Alright, so you're fine.
Dungeon
Chlorota
Master.
is knocked prone.
Dungeon Master.
You're
Does
not.
the roll on the floor count? What happened?
I usually roll on the table. I usually prefer to roll on the table.
But it's even worse.
Okay, there you go. Alright.
That'll learn you.
You guys are knocked prone onto the ground, and you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, plus 14 points of slashing damage. As it just lands on top of you. Yeah, so you can total 28 points of damage as it crushes you and its claws sink into you. Chlorota takes the same.
Did it drag Percy through the air?
Yep.
Yes, it did.
Wow.
My arms are still stuck in its mouth.
Yeah, you're not knocked prone, but you do take 14 points of crushing damage as its mouth bites down on your arm again for free.
That's fine.
It's now going to make. It's going to actually release you, Percy. So you're there.
I think your arm might be a bit busted.
Turns and makes a bite attack against Scanlan.
As he does, I distract him. With playing my charm as
What's the sound the charm makes?
Cutting words reaction.
Okay, so as your reaction, go ahead and do that. So roll the d8.
It's like a start of a pit bull.
6.
Okay, he rolled a 27. You reduce it by I rolled a 19.
Damn it!
So even with the reduction, it's not enough. You're on the ground, and it sinks its teeth right into you. You take let's see.
These games keep getting better.
You take 41 points of piercing damage.
Holy
Okay.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Scanlan! No worries. I'm just at negative 36 now.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. So
It's a good idea.
Wait.
The grog has
How did
Scanlan.
that happen?
That happened.
You're
He's
fine.
unconscious. He's unconscious. He's in bad shape. But
Yeah.
we're gonna get him.
Scanlan's looking rough. Scanlan is now being just thrashed around in the mouth
How many
of the
hit points do you
creature.
have? What's your
His
stat?
limp
No.
arms and legs just woof, woof, woof in the air as it's kind of just running him around and across the air.
Hashtag
You can see strings of gnome blood are being flung across the room.
He's so little though. He's so little.
Pike, your turn.
Okay, so time for a cure wound. So I guess let's see.
You
Where
can't
are
even
you?
see him right now.
Yeah, you're gonna-
If you want to cure wounds, you have to touch him.
I'll go. Yeah, I'll go. So
All right. What's your movement?
can I just go? He's over there.
Yeah,
Is
he's
it
right
in
here.
the mouth of the?
She's 25 speed.
Okay, so you can move 5 squares.
Okay.
Didn't you get that speed boost?
How close can I get to
Yeah.
him? I can't see the lines.
Do you
in the
have-
squares.
Don't forget your boots, Pike.
Oh, I have sprinter's boots. I have sprinter's boots. Okay, so I'm going to use my sprinter's boots. I can, while you wear these boots, you can use a bonus action and click the boots heels together. If you do, the boots double your walking speed for 1 minute.
So you can move 10 squares. It takes your bonus action. You can do
Okay,
that.
so then I can't. I'm so sorry, I can't see the squares. So if I can get 10.
So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is a ledge there, and he's blocking the way up. So 9, 10. Make an acrobatics check to actually jump and climb up onto the wall.
Oh
my god! With disadvantage because you have plate armor.
Right.
Oh, but what about her?
Roll again.
What about
Roll
Kilo?
again, roll again.
Disadvantage. You roll twice and take the lower.
5.
Wait, hold on.
Oh.
Can I cast guided strike, which adds 10 to when you make it?
Hey, I gave you a
attack
dice.
roll.
He's got
I gave you,
I gave you a
a
dice.
Oh, that's right.
8.
Which means you're roll it. 10.
Total of 10?
Yeah.
That's exactly what you need. That was the baseline. You run up. It takes all the strength, and you can feel you're going to be sore in the morning. All your muscles tense as you're pulling yourself up. With all the inertia from the run, you parkour up to the top, land. Scalen's there, currently being flung around. You manage to reach up and grab him and get in a brief tug of war with the bullet creature.
Hey, get away from him, man!
As you cast Cure Wounds, go ahead and...
So cast cure wounds. So does that heal?
As a mass Cure Wounds, or just doing Cure Wounds?
I'll just do cure wounds.
Okay.
Okay. So that's.
At what level are you
Don't
using?
chintz out.
I'm gonna use it. I'll use it
Cast,
at
what,
level.
cast whatever you can
It's
cast.
one or multiple people.
Can you do it at a higher level?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do it at my highest level that I can cast, which is.
Let's not cheap out on Scanlan.
5th level would be.
Sorry, guys. I'm
Better
just
play it safe
warming
and
up
give you
again.
1d8.
Okay, here we go. So.
Let's not skip on Scanlan.
So a creature you touch.
Remember when I brought you back from the dead?
Plus your skill.
Remember when my kiss
casting
healed you from
ability
death? Just
modifier,
throwing that out there.
Which I think is 8.
Yeah, so it's 5d8 plus 5.
5d8.
5d8 plus 5 is how much you're healing him.
You'll be alright.
My spell attack bonus plus 8.
You don't have to worry about the bonus of this. You're just touching
so
him.
5d8 plus 5.
5d8 plus 5 is what you're healing him, yes.
Okay. Here we go.
All right.
15.
That's 3.
4. I think you did 4 times, yeah.
18 plus
That was
5.
3. No? Okay.
23.
Plus
Yeah,
5.
23.
All right, so
Plus
you heal
5.
That's
That was
plus,
plus
that is
five.
plus 5.
Are you still unconscious?
But now I'm only negative 11.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got.
yeah. I've taken almost 100 points of damage.
No,
in
no, no.
this.
You're unconscious.
No, I thought you were
no.
hit.
How it works in this is different
You
from
hit
Pathfinder.
0 and stay there.
Yeah,
right?
you go 0 and you stay there. You're now up to 23.
Yeah, you don't go below
Oh.
0. You hit 0 and you're there making rolls to see if you die.
Yeah.
You only
Oh.
have 3 chances. If you fail 3 times, you die.
And if something hits you while you're unconscious,
So now I'm at
Now you're
it's an
23?
automatic fail.
Now you're 23.
So now you're
out.
23 hit points.
Hey, I feel great, guys.
You're still in its mouth, being shook around.
Oh, shit. What is this ride? This is crazy.
All right, Poke. That's Pike. That's your turn.
Okay, I can't do anything else, right?
Clarota's going to get up.
Come on,
from prone.
Crowder, show us what you got.
Crota looks pretty rough.
What you got, man?
Rears back.
Come on
You got to
now.
bring that mental power and that
Come
arcane
on.
magic. Let's do it.
Something
Taking
that
a
you know.
okay, taking a cue from the opening you left, Clarota pulls
Come on,
back
son.
its hand. You see a familiar spark of bluish electrical energy as Clarota reaches forward, unleashing a torrent of electrical arcane energy forward into the form of a lightning bolt, blasting across the bow of this giant creature. Let's see. Does not make it saving throw. So that's. 32 points of lightning damage. As the back of its armor is now seared, and you can see parts of its armored flesh are kind of blackened and charred and slightly crimping. Vax, you're up.
Okay, so I've got enough room to run up to its anus, which I'll do. And it's got plenty of people around, so that means I can sneak attack him.
Okay, as you rush past, before you attack,
this
Durgar that was right by you, that is currently grown to a larger size, gets a free swing at you.
No thing, ain't no thing.
That's going to be a 21 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
All right. With its war pike, it takes deals 14 points of damage to you.
Who cares? I'm saving my gnome friend. Okay,
all right.
Here I go. 14 is a 25 to hit his butt.
25 hits.
Okay. This is my keen dagger. A vorpal blade. 2 + 7 is 9. That's just the 9. Where's a pencil? That's a pencil. And then we add my sneak attack damage, which is 6, 7, 10, 15, 21 plus 9 is 30.
All right,
To
nice.
the butt. To the butt. Specifically to the butt.
All right, as you rush up, you take a moment as it's thrashing about, and you can see what looks anatomy-wise to be probably where it expels whatever it eats.
Little hole?
Yeah,
right in
so
there.
you go ahead and just
Right in there.
slash and eviscerate there.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Even back there, it's heavily armored. It takes, but you carve through, and you've definitely left a lasting impression
Pucker
on
up,
this
baby.
bullet.
Pucker up. Hashtag armor name.
Hashtag armor name.
what?
In the butt.
This is D&D in 2015, people. 2015. So that's the first attack, right? Do I get a second attack?
The general also, by the way, appears as the concentration spell was lost, as you were unconscious.
I must have stopped concentrating for some reason.
However, it is right in front of. It's like, what the? This is now in his face. So
second attack.
Second attack.
12 is 22.
That hits.
Okay, and that's a 4 plus 10 points of fire-based damage to the butt.
All right.
That doesn't do anything.
I was a little worried
Reparation
we were about to hear how you want to do this. I'm like, I don't know if I want to
Fire
hear
damage.
Alrighty. That brings us to his turn. The general's turn, who now is there from the bullet, sees it, looks over and sees you. Kind of sitting there with your bloody hand. It's flaming, still flaming, swings back and goes for your head. That is a 23 versus armor class.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
Okay. You
Armor
take
class sucks.
plus the fire damage.
What are you at?
Oof.
I'm at 39, I want to say.
39. Well, you take 31 points of damage.
All right.
Including the fire damage from the pike. It goes for its second attack against you.
Oh.
That's going to be a 22 versus armor class.
That's gonna hit.
It's a tank.
1.
You take with the fire damage. That's going to be 21 points of damage.
I'm out.
Okay, Percy, being pummeled and pummeled again, loses your gun falls from your hand as you slump to the ground. Your eyes roll back, unconsciousness and darkness
Dropping like flies.
taking you. That brings us to
Everybody knows shit.
Grog.
Whoa, me? Bah, how tall is the thing?
Tall, I'd say it's probably about 20 feet tall, 15, 20 feet tall.
Can I climb up on its back?
It's not your size. It'd be really tight pinning in there.
Then I would like to run up to its right side and flank it.
Over here?
Yeah.
All right, so you run around. Which you can do because you're a freaking barbarian. All right, go ahead. You're making your attacks. Go for it. 3 strikes against it.
21. Yeah. Hits, right?
21 definitely hits.
16 plus 8 hits.
Definitely hits.
Natural 20!
Go for it.
Does that mean I get an extra?
Double damage? It means double
No,
damage?
it means double damage. Yeah.
Okay.
So first strike.
Kill him, kill him, kill him!
5, 9, 16.
16 damage?
Yes. 10, 14, 20.
21.
21, thank you.
All right.
Stay in school, kids.
Yeah, I'll stay on the table.
This is the critical now.
4,
So double the dice roll.
20.
20, thank you. And
Come on, baby.
11
Ooh.
plus 4, 15 plus 7 is 22.
Oh wait, no, you just would
No,
double.
you double the dice and then add a
double
modifier.
the second one.
Oh, double the second
Third one.
So that's 40 on the last one.
Nice.
Okay.
So,
So that's
61,
76.
How do you want to do this, Grog?
Oh, you killed him?
Yes!
How do you want to do this, Grog?
I would like to chop down into the fleshy bit, and after I
The fleshy
slice-
bit's on the opposite side, by the way, so you're now at an unarmored side. However, it's still holding Scanlan in its mouth, shaking him around. So, how do you want to finish it?
Can I get to its mouth at all?
I could say for the flavor of this, yeah, you managed to just barely make it over here.
I would like to swing through and catch the corner of its mouth, open its mouth wide, and then I'd like to reach in and with my teeth pull its fucking tongue out of its head and start thrashing it side to side.
Alright, so first you rush up with your axe using all of the aggression, you take it and swing it, barely leaving you with a shave. You gash the side of its mouth and draw this giant wound open. As it does, you actually snap and cut through the tendons that clench the jaw, causing it to fall open and slack. Scanlan spills out of its mouth, hitting the ground with a dull thud. As its mouth is now open, it kind of rears back. You shake your head angrily as the froth is gathering at the corners of your mouth. You drop your axe from one hand, grab the jaw, reach in, bite down on its giant meaty tongue. Using your hand at the back of it, you pull and yank, and you feel all the muscle tearing and tensing before eventually it comes free, and it's now dangling about 25-30 pounds of liquid, very, very wet bullet tongue meat. With your third attack, how do you finish it?
What do you do after you're biting its tongue in your mouth?
That's what I'm asking.
That's a good point.
It's looking really rough, but you still need to get that final death blow. What are you doing with this, Grog?
Rip him apart, rip him.
Brain him.
Rip his.
Yeah, I'm gonna King Kong his jaw. I'm gonna take the broken part at the top of his head and just pull it apart.
Yep. Okay, so you drop your axe entirely, the tongue still dangling from your mouth. You reach and put one foot up into the bottom of the jaw. Using your other hands, you push and push. You hear it crack and pull as it tenses and is trying to push down. It has no tension because the jaw was destroyed. You pull back and you hear a sickening snap as the armor plate buckles underneath where the neck joint would be on such a creature. Its eyes kind of roll back for a second, and it begins to slacken. As it does, you reach up with your fist and penetrate the bottom of where its brain would be. With a sickening sound, it goes entirely limp and collapses on the ground.
And that's why you're on the team.
And as it falls, the tongue that's hanging in my mouth, I look to one of the dwarves that's left and I go, who's next?
And we're going to end it there for the Damn, guys, well done.
I'm sleeping.
Oh, Percy's dead. Hashtag save Percy.
Actually, before we
Percy.
finish, I'd say go ahead and throw a heal up on him.
Thank you.
Good plan. Okay, so.
It's nasty, man. You guys picked that, by the way.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
You dicks.
You suck.
That was a chat room.
Try
decision.
harder next time.
Yeah. We'll be doing more of those as time goes on. Not all the time, but whenever I have the opportunity to put it in there, I'm going to start asking for you guys to help me figure out what to throw at these adventures.
You sadists.
We shouldn't
Well
tell the
done.
other options, should we? Just in case you want to say them.
Oh no, they're coming back in. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I feel that's
Yeah.
So guys, we're gonna be doing a Q&A.
Yeah. For anyone who wants to stay over.
Anyone that wants to stick around, the audience has a ton of questions for you guys. And for the audience, it's a sub-only Q&A. So if you've been wondering whether or not you should sub, let me give you some reasons why. Number one, you can ask these guys questions in a little bit. Number two, every 50 subs, we're giving away tabletop promo kits that are like $250 worth of special stuff. And
Pretty
we will
badass.
ship that internationally. Doesn't matter. Even to Antarctica. We want someone in Antarctica to do Tabletop Day. Do you know anyone?
I don't.
We had someone last year.
Well, shit, we gotta reach out then.
They're gone. They were like the only people there.
I have a friend.
There's nobody there left. They were the last bastion. Well, somebody needs to move to Antarctica in the next few days and let us know, because then we can totally use
We
that.
also do a Minecraft server for subs only, but if you want in on that, there's no automated message for that server info, so just make sure and message the Geek and Sundry account, and we'll get you that sub IP address for the Minecraft server.
Yeah.
And I know we have more. There's lots more stuff. We do some other sub-only chats throughout the week. Lots of emotes, other fun stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and roll some videos while we get set up for the Q&A.
Yep.
And this is a lot of fun. Oh,
yeah, guys, well done.
I would like to challenge you guys to do a quick little donation drive for the charity that you guys support.
Yeah, for 826LA. Had it going up in the chat room. If you have the opportunity, you want to help support these children getting side educations and
Pointed us
tutoring.
when you say that.
Yeah. Well, you guys.
Well, yeah, no.
Yes.
Do you guys want to tell them about it just to get them psyched up for it? Because we can get that command going.
Yeah, 826LA, they're a nonprofit organization that helps primarily with literacy and creative story children for children between the ages of like 5 and 18. They have a really great young authors book that you can buy that's a collection of all of the kids' book, and you can also go and check out the Time Travel Mart. There's one in Echo Park, and then there's also one in Marina Del Rey. But you should just Google 826 because I know there's one in Seattle. I know there's one in like Atlanta. So
New
there
York,
might
San Francisco.
New York, San Francisco. There might be an 826 in your city.
826 LA probably. Right?
826 LA is who we're raising money for. But yeah, all of the 826 storefronts are a little bit different depending on where you go.
Yeah.
They're super cool.
Guys,
go to the
please
store.
check it out. Awesome. It's a good group of people. What they do is fantastic. And if you have the opportunity, please do go ahead and donate to the charity. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in for the 4th episode of Critical Role with the grand return of Pike, our cleric, who is fantastic and necessary. Glad to have you back. I'm sure everyone here is glad to have the healer back.
I am super happy.
Yes.
I'm very happy today.
I'm super happy.
Right now.
And the surprise return of Laura.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you can make it for
What
the...
a time to join the game.
Heck yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're going to take a little bit to set up for the Q&A. Those who can stay, feel free to. Those who can't, totally understand. We have kids and families to get to, but those who can will be here for the Q&A for the next hour or so.
One more thing before, just so they know
one more thing.
we're following through. We have the picture for you guys.
Ah, yes.
Yay!
All right.
So, Nairith won this when we reached 1,000 subs, so I think Pike is all that's left of that.
Pike's left to sign this player's handbook.
I haven't signed it.
And then we've got the picture. So we'll pass that around while we're doing the
You have not.
setup.
All right, we get that for you as well. All right, so do we have the gold marker?
No.
All right, cool. But yeah, guys, we're going to go ahead and set up for this. We'll see you in a little bit for the Q&A. Thank you again for watching, and
thanks, guys.
It's an awesome day of Critical Role. Thanks.
Commercial break.